Like it's.
Hey, good morning, everybody, on this Thursday.
Hi.
This very, very chilly Thursday.
Windy as hell, too.
Windy, cold, wind chill of 4 degrees.
Yep. I froze my ass off on the way in. I got tricked by my own heat in my house. I was just talking about it.
Oh, it's swampy in the Rafe residence.
We get uneven heat distribution, and I woke up, felt like I was in the desert because our bedroom gets, and I was like, man, I just put on like a light jacket because I must have warmed up outside. We must have had the heat on, and it got hot outside.
Well, it was in the 50s yesterday.
I know.
Nice.
I walked out to get in the car, and I was like, holy smokes.
Yep.
So I'm wide awake.
Back to reality, and it sucks.
We haven't. What's up with fall, dude?
Yeah.
I feel like we went from T-shirt, light, long sleeve shirt weather, right into winter coat. There's no.
I thought we had a great fall. But this was like.
Yeah, wasn't it mild?
Yeah,
It was
nicer
Very
ones?
mild. It was
I'm saying
Mild,
we
not a
didn't
lot of
really
rain.
have like.
chilly days.
We didn't have the 40-degree days ever. Like they didn't like ease us into winter.
We went right from like 60 to 18.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ask it.
I just ripped the Band-Aid
I
off.
just feel like fall and spring get smaller every year.
I know.
They're just little slivers of the year.
Well, I welcome winter.
Why?
AI.
This is when I thrive.
Because you're in bear mode? You go
Yeah,
hibernate?
it's an excuse to stay inside.
Okay.
It's too cold out.
Oh, man.
It's an excuse to stay home.
Kids, I was going to do this today, but you get the credit without having to put in the effort.
But winter.
You know, when stuff outside starts going by the wayside as far as outside maintenance, you go, everything's garbage now. Everything's gloomy.
I'm not going to see anything on the outside of my
it's
house for a
fine.
while.
What do you do with the pumpkins that are on your porch? I got to get rid of mine.
Oh, man.
That's why you have neighbors.
I think we.
Put them in their yard?
I think we took baseball bats to those in the woods weeks ago.
I might put them out back in my little creek
Oh, yours
area.
haven't melted yet?
No, they're still in pristine condition. They're
Whoa.
pretty cute.
Are they plastic?
No, they're just, I don't know, elitist Schnucks pumpkins.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I love the melted pumpkins.
None of those animals
They're not carved.
gotten to them?
No, they're not carved.
There's no way a jack-o'-lantern made it this long.
No.
Stacked.
No, toss them in the woods
Okay.
or throw them out.
I wonder if the deer eat the pumpkins. Do they? Should I cut them
Yeah.
up a little bit and have a little
No.
snack
I
back
think
there
they
for
do
them?
eat
The animals. I mean,
Let them work for it.
we smash them and put them back there, and they don't last long.
Okay.
We don't see them all that much longer.
Maybe I'll do a little postseason jack-o'-lantern cut up and then put them back there for funsies.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Cut them up. No, just toss them back there. They'll eat them.
Okay. Well, they haven't eaten them yet, and I got deer on my porch all the time.
Just take a bat, just bust it up, get them smells going around. Like, ooh, is there a pumpkin behind Learn's house? I think
Pumpkin
there is.
potpourri.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you take some of your rage out.
Good idea. Good plan.
Take some of your rage out on those pumpkins and throw them in the woods.
Should I
Scott's
Facebook
got a
Live
bat.
this later? Or?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, follow me for more of
Smashing
that.
Pumpkins.
I
At
was,
Learn versus
While
Radio.
listening to Smashing
cool band.
Pumpkins.
Yeah, I'll be blaring that for show.
I was cleaning out, the junk drawer yesterday, and man, I hold on to some stuff, and I need to let go. 2025, I'm gonna let go of some
Look at
stuff.
you.
I'm gonna try.
Oh, dude,
I'm gonna try.
I started saying that too, and I brought a whole bunch of stuff in here, and I'm planning on maybe leaving some of it behind. And as I did this and started planning some, clean outs, if you will, at Thanksgiving, my uncle's like, hey, I ever show you my vinyl collection? I said, no, man. I didn't know you had one. He said, oh, yeah, I started back in the 50s, got a whole bunch of stuff. I said, a whole bunch of stuff. He took me back to this closet that we knew as the game closet, stacked. Dudes, vinyl stacks this high, probably 4 stacks.
Like 3 feet by 4.
Was it letting you take stuff?
It's all in my basement now.
That's
So
awesome.
now
Every bit.
Is there anything good?
There's some incredible stuff.
Really?
Like he has some Ray Stevens in there.
There's like old Elvis, like records that you've never heard of, like all sorts of. The crazy thing is the jackets look like they're from the '60s and they've been in a closet for a couple decades. All the vinyl, it's perfect. Everything's in great shape. Everything is in great shape.
Is there any Ted Nugent, Wang Tang, Sweet Poontang?
I had told myself, and I told him, I was like, listen, man, I'll help you try to figure out, the value of this stuff and all that and go through it, but I can't do that until the show goes on a break. I'm like,
you got it.
overloaded with Punk Rock Christmas and all these other things that I'm doing. I was like, but I will get to it. But I just took a couple off the top, and you're like, First of all, there's a Bill Cosby record in there from the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, that's high value.
And it's called something wild. I forget with obviously the recent circumstances.
Spanish Fly.
No, but it's something like
Was that the name of one of his records?
It's the name of one of his bits.
Spanish Fly?
People were like, the clues were there all along.
Talk about foreshadowing.
Talks about the Spanish Fly in a very long bit.
It was
He had an album called that.
It was on top of the
Silver Throat?
stack. So the band was looking at it and going, "What is this?" And I was like, "Dude, I don't know, but it might be valuable."
Well, yeah, I bet it is. He had a lot of good comedy albums. I was thinking about that yesterday because he told me about this, and I remember now, like looking back, I'm like, he did have some vinyl when we were kids, and we listened to all these random comedians, and my favorite, of course, was Ray Stevens. I was like, this is the best, so we'd put that on repeat.
My grandma had that at her house on
Ray
vinyl
Stevens.
too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Squirrel went berserk.
Yeah.
There could be thousands of dollars worth of.
That's great.
Well, we better cut
Exceptional.
you
So
in.
cool. I hope so, man.
Is he going to cut you in?
Well, I
There's
don't
one
know.
called Adults Only. Was that it?
No, I don't think so. But
Himself.
we're tracking. It's something
Oh,
around
no.
there.
See,
There's one called How's Your Drink? Is that?
Are you serious?
can I get you a drink?
That might be it.
Does this taste funny?
Oh my god!
Best of Bill Cosby.
I don't
There's
know.
one called I'm Actually a Pervert.
Comedy for sleepers.
Oh my goodness!
No, but see, you hold on to that kind of stuff, and yeah, it holds some value. Those are collectibles. I'm talking, okay, here's what I'm guilty of. Holding on to, and I wrote stuff down, iPhone boxes.
Oh yeah.
Anybody else guilty?
Yeah, you know why? Because it looks so official. It looks so like
Nice.
I'm gonna need this with this particular print and
Right.
barcode on it if I ever got to send this anywhere.
In case I'm going to return it?
Right. But here's the deal. Even like Tim just got a new phone, and they send you everything you need to trade your old phone in.
Right.
You do
Yeah.
not need that.
You don't
box.
need the box.
Right.
What do you mean?
Like Tim is trading in his iPhone 11. He just got the 15.
Whoa.
Super cool out of my house. And AT&T, like, you know, because
They send you an envelope. They send you everything.
The little box, they send you everything,
Yeah,
and
they
the
do.
instructions of how to do it.
Yeah, they
Even
send you
a
the
little
box.
How to clear
Protector
it.
sleeve you
Yeah.
put in there.
Oh,
It's
So you don't
ridiculous.
need the box.
You'll never need that box. But here's
gone
here's
now. They're gone from now on. I didn't know
Oh, yeah.
that.
but you guys also feel like you got to burn it because like if I throw it away and somebody there's like
Barcodes and stuff. No, I
some sort
never
of
think about
number
that.
on
I don't
there
know,
or
I don't know
something?
why I hold on to them. I have boxes from I think every model of phone that I had for
Yeah.
some reason.
They're probably collectible now.
For some reason, there's no. Even if you need to get your phone fixed or return your phone, you just bring it to
Right.
the store and they'll replace it for you. They never ask for the box. Straight up phones. Like I have bricked phones.
Now,
Again,
yeah.
no need for them.
But if you have photos on those phones, sometimes like maybe you don't have an external hard drive, you don't put them on a computer.
I don't care about that stuff.
Oh, you
I'm talking
do.
about me. It's all in the cloud.
Ain't nothing from your nothing from your old flip phone in the cloud.
Yeah, but that's gone.
Yeah,
It's
SIM
gone.
card.
But that's already gone.
Flip phones?
Not if you plug it in, take a peek.
All those pictures are garbage anyway.
You could make some money off of those flip phones because the
That's-
kids want the vintage phones.
I still have on some old Verizon chocolate somewhere
Oh yeah,
the video of the girl and the guy doing it at the Kentucky Derby.
that's right.
Because I was the only single guy. I was the only one allowed to take the video home with me, so I was the keeper of the vid.
I mean, what quality is that?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I know I still have the phone somewhere, though.
Now, if I find my old, flip phone,
Yeah.
you can't turn that back on.
Oh sure you can.
Yeah.
You probably have the cord somewhere
Yeah, I mean,
in the
you
cord
can't-
drawer.
We're rocking 5G now.
That don't matter.
Let's just see what's inside the phone.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking. No. Lawrence said, "Well, the kids would love it."
First of
Can't
all,
turn that
I
on.
think the kids are loving these relics, if you will,
Oh,
because it can't be tracked.
that's right.
I'm serious.
Yeah, they can't put the
I think there's a thing.
live
Kids don't like
365
that
on there.
stuff.
And I saw a whole
that's-
conspiracy theory about the old flip phones. You just take the battery out. If you want a new one, you put a new one in. It's automatically charged, that kind of thing. But with the new phones, they won't let you take the battery out, so that way it's on 24/7. Even if you turn it off,
What?
it's on. Airplane mode, it's on, tracking everything
That's a
you're doing.
good point, Scott.
Yeah.
I'm gonna deep dive that conspiracy.
No
theory
kid
after
wants a flip phone.
show.
Wait, if I
Bill-
turn my phone off, it's still on.
Yes.
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 100%. It's still listening, doing
Because you can't take the
everything.
battery out. Remember, you used to be able to take the battery out of the phones.
Yeah.
And then the FBI couldn't come get you.
That's what Snowden was one of those guys
Yeah.
that helped us
Well, it
find
even
that
said.
out.
I think I read something
In the fine
We
print.
took good care of him.
in the phone. Yeah. That the phone's always on.
That Bill Cosby record, by the way, is from 1967. It's called Revenge.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
Nice one.
Yeah, those phones were listening to you. And I think
That's not as funny as his record called "Smell This Rag."
Yeah, here, smell this.
Badfoot Brown and the Bunions.
No, even if you give a kid, a teenager, going vintage with an old flip phone, they'll like it for a day.
Yeah, it's-
and they'll want their iPhone back.
My daughter spent so much money on a freaking, what do you call it? Polaroid camera.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, and it was hot for like 3 months, and then it's not.
The
it's
little
in a closet
Polaroids?
now, I'm sure. Yeah.
I have one of those. I love those things.
Yeah, they are cool.
She spent so much money on that, though.
I know. I want one of those old school, like real Polaroids. They, the film is
Well,
$1,200.
and that's what I found in the drawer.
It's like
old,
$1 a picture.
Old disposable cameras.
Oh, go get them done.
I found 3 disposable cameras.
Does Walgreens still do that?
Oh, yeah.
They do?
Yes. You can take them in. Oh,
What's on those?
I
Bill,
can't wait.
to the photo department. Bill, we have someone with a camera.
Oh, what's on those? I
Wait.
said to my wife, I go, "Do you know?" She goes, "I have no idea."
Is it like a camping trip or something, maybe? Well, never mind, not for you.
Yeah, definitely. We could
That's
rule
what
out
would've been-
camping
Camping
trip.
trip? Yeah.
That's what I would have
Niels
assumed.
wasn't on a
We
camping
could,
trip.
yeah, my wife don't camp either. That's why I love her
Like,
so much.
if I found
We're
one,
on the
I'd
same
go,
page there.
I wonder what float trip this was from early 2000s.
Oh, man.
No, we could eliminate any sort of outdoor activity.
That's nice.
Okay, we'll get those. Yeah, maybe over the break, get those developed. Does anybody else hold on to old?
Yes.
Film?
Oh, yeah.
No, those are all developed and in photo albums.
What about just old cameras?
I
Yeah.
do have an SLR that's like a first edition.
We have like 4, and I don't know what to do. I don't even, some of them, like, I don't know how to charge, or they take weird batteries or something. So, like, and I don't know what to do because I don't want to get rid of them. And then, of course, when the daughter was like doing all this photography stuff, she was like, hey, I really want a digital camera. I was like, we got like 3 of them over here. She's like, yeah, but I want like an old one. They're making new old ones. And I was like, we have an old one.
Yeah, my wife's got like a nice Nikon, like digital camera with the lenses and all that stuff.
It's good. They still take great photos.
They take great photos, but
But you got to work it, getting
your
them to
phone
work.
takes.
I know, but then you got to plug it in and
Your
download
phone
it to
is
the
just as
good
computer,
now.
and
You gotta
the
work now.
editing.
You got to work for it.
Yeah.
Your phone is just as good now.
Yeah, and you can't plug that straight into the computer. You got to get a card reader thing,
Right.
and it's a whole
SD
thing.
card.
I know.
a whole thing.
Got to have a
It is a
USB
whole thing.
port.
I found my parents gave me an old like camcorder, like a little handheld digital one
Yeah,
of the
the-
first ones.
The
Kevin
little,
McAllister?
the little silver one with the flip screen.
Yeah, the flip screen out.
We did.
I found that.
Our band put out DVDs that were filmed on those things.
On 4 megapixels.
Yeah, it might have been the advanced one where it was like up to 6 or 10 or
Oh,
something.
you
Of
guys
course,
had some money.
I have my old chargers. There's 1,000 old chargers, old power cords, 50,000 Allen wrenches.
Can I say this? My one gripe with the new phones, they don't give you the little the block to plug
No,
your
they
phone
don't.
in.
They figure you got them already.
What's up with that? I don't have them.
Yeah,
I
that
find
is
that
crazy.
Those are
Tom.
gone.
That is crazy that they make you buy those.
Because I wish I had a supplement of those. I don't.
You don't?
Because I got 30 of the cables. I don't have any of the
Exactly.
bricks.
Where are the blocks?
That's
I
not
got like 2 blocks.
an answer that I have.
And I had to buy external blocks on Amazon.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Plus, and if you get the wrong ones, like some off-brand ones, they
heat up and-
they heat up, or they don't
Exactly.
charge as well because it's some transformer converter, some word in there.
That's how they get you, man.
So if you got any extras of those, I'll take them.
No, those are currency.
It's another.
Dang it.
Talked with my wife. She found the perfect ones that are super fast charging and they don't overheat. They work great. And there's some off-brand thing that she's
Yeah,
loved.
I want that.
Yeah,
Do you by chance have your kids' teeth?
in their mouths.
Like your
No.
old kid, old teeth?
I don't think so. I think I have one of mine in some.
Yeah,
lock thing.
I found a little plastic tube, and I think they're my wisdom teeth
Wow.
From what year?
from like 2002.
Dang.
Oh, man.
Let's try to put them back in.
You should put them in a little jar and give them to somebody for Christmas.
Well, and I'm thinking those teeth went from New York City to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses.
Yeah.
Probably just tossed in a
It's
box.
an heirloom.
Tossed in a box and just got to every house.
Why do we hold on to
I
teeth?
have no idea.
I mean, if you're going to make them into art, that's cool. And you can get those little necklaces that have the little vial on them, and you could give that to your
Yeah.
wife for Christmas. That'd be nice.
Are you a plastic grocery bag hoarder?
We're a recycler. Yeah, well, if we have that, we usually decline them because we're, we're environment,
Hippies.
we're big hippie libtards at my house. But yeah, no, we do not hoard them. We recycle them at like Lowe's and Target and whatnot.
We do too, and I'll be honest, I always forget my stupid bags. So then I buy
Yep.
the reusable bags over and over, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
is this helping?
No.
Now I'm just hoarding
I have so
Making
many
it
of
worse.
those.
reusable bags.
Yeah, because the reusable bags are made of plastic too, so it's pretty funny.
Do you have problems with throwing out old towels?
No, they turn into rags and I clean with them.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, ours turned into dog towels.
I don't anymore because my wife made it very clear how expensive towels are. I think I was like ready to get rid of
What do you
one.
mean?
She's like, whoa, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know, man. This towel just kind of feels weird. Maybe it, it's
Okay.
whatever. And she's like, well, does it stink? And I was like, no, not really. And she's like,
Does it stink?
Your wife's a
just
towel
old.
hoarder.
Yeah, well,
Sometimes
she's
just...
She's like, dude, like, do you have any idea how much towels cost? And I go, no, honestly, I don't.
Yeah, but it takes a while to go through one. But,
Yeah, but
we've got towels that have holes in them. Like, why are we holding on to these?
Make them into rags for your car and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what kind of, are you guys like thick towel people? Because I'm a thin towel
my wife
girl.
is a soft towel person, and that is just, I feel like I'm rubbing myself with a bunny rabbit, and I'm not interested
I get
in
it.
that. That's ridiculous. I feel like it's not even taking the water off me. It's just massaging my skin or something. It's
Well, and-
I don't like that.
The high pile.
Yeah, the high pile.
Whatever that is, yeah, I feel
What's
like
a
it's
high pile?
You know how high pile carpet, like thicker, the higher the pile, the thicker the carpet, right?
Right.
So that's the same goes for a towel. Target can't promote this enough. If you're one of these people that have a hard time like rolling the towel around you and keeping it locked, Target has these thin ass towels that are inexpensive that last, and they dry you off. They do everything they need, and they're tight. You can tie them tight, and they're perfect.
I don't know. We have a getting rid of towels problem.
Not us. We have. I go for one. I kind of like a sandpapery thing. As long as it's drying me off, the sandpapery, the better. She uses the softest things ever, and
Yeah.
it makes me feel disgusting. Do you know what I'm talking? You don't know what I'm talking about. Clearly,
It's
you don't have
it's
these
almost like
towels.
drying off with a hotel robe.
No, I know what you're talking about.
It's
It's
yuck,
just like
bro.
moving the water around.
I feel
So
like it's
soft.
slipping out of my hands.
Right.
It's so soft.
No, the funniest thing yesterday was the whose teeth are these? And I think these are mine.
Did you put them in your mouth to make sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think these
you
are
said
mine.
that.
Gross. Oh, those are like dug out of my gums.
Feels like something a dentist would do. Put them in a tube like that. That's got to be yours.
Well, it was one of those. Do you want these?
Yeah.
yeah, I don't
Damn
want you
right.
to have
A
them.
part of me.
You damn right I
You
want
can
them.
put that in the Riz
All
Museum.
my wisdom's in there.
Man, I read this story about this Mexican movie actress who went down on the spiritual retreat. I don't know if you guys saw the story.
Was this the woman who was missing?
No.
Thailand? Is this Thailand?
No.
Oh no.
So, I guess there's a tourism industry where you go into the woods and you do like ayahuasca or you do like toad venom, and you're supposed to go on this vision quest and the spiritual journey. And who's regulating this stuff?
Nobody.
Nobody.
The tourist bureau.
The guy.
No, the tourist bureau is not
No,
regulating.
they're
anything.
saying don't regulate it because we want people to come down here and spend the money.
Yeah, but I don't know. It seems kind of shady to go into a jungle with somebody
Aaron Rodgers did it.
to do. Yeah, well, okay.
Chelsea Handler did it for
Well,
her special.
That's not making it any better. I'm just saying, for John Q. Public
Who doesn't have the money? Like those folks.
to
Yeah,
go
10 grand.
into a jungle with somebody to do drugs with somebody you don't know.
Right.
And supposedly these drugs make you very ill before you go on to whatever.
They do.
whatever fourth dimension plane.
Oh yeah, you're in a diaper, but a lot of times with ayahuasca and got like a puke pot.
Diaper and buckets.
You're in a hut with other people too.
How is that appealing to anybody?
Well, it's because you get to spend like 10 grand and
Yeah, and you're spending a lot of money to do it.
really cool.
It's been interesting to me.
Would you have any interest in doing that?
I would. Yeah, I would. The ayahuasca journey
You're afraid to get
down in Peru.
onto a cruise ship.
I know.
But yet
I
you
don't
would
like the
go.
water, dude.
But yet you would go into a jungle with a stranger to do drugs, which makes
No,
you
I wouldn't just go with a stranger.
hallucinate.
I would bring my people with me.
Okay, but even still,
Yeah.
you will all be taken to the jungle. Let's just take this for what it is.
I thought you liked Guns N' Roses, dude.
Yeah, welcome to the jungle, man.
Apparently you're a
Let's
poser.
take this for what it is. You are going to go. You are going to be taken into a jungle with strangers. Even if your quote unquote people are with you, and they're going to give you drugs,
Right.
and you don't know where you are.
Yeah.
You don't know who these people are.
And your friends don't know where they are.
You're going to get violently ill,
Yeah.
Everything
and
until
you're going
that
to pay
sounded
10
good.
grand to do this.
Now, when you explain it like that, yeah, it sounds awful. But for me,
It's
it's about the
dumb.
spiritual journey. And that's what people focus on. And that's why, and it's not, we're reading one bad story here. We're about ready to tell people about this woman. There's been thousands of people that have had excellent, good
People do it every
times
day.
and
Do your
like
research.
changed their freaking lives.
I'm with Learn on this one.
Get
As strange as
you
that
are
is.
out of your minds.
Here's the thing, though, dude. Think about the alternative if you want to do ayahuasca. I don't want to go to New Mexico and do it with a guy named Chad
No.
who thinks he's a spirit guy.
Yeah,
who
I want
thinks
a
he's got it
full
figured
out shaman.
I'm going to go down to Peru where they've been doing this for years, do a little research. There are some fake ones. Once there's money to be made, there's always going to be scams. So you got to be consumer beware, buyer
Diligent.
beware, be diligent in like finding a reputable, but there are reputable ones. You just got to.
You gotta find somebody's
What
name.
am I going to Yelp my ayahuasca
no, it's
journey?
just-
You know what?
It's
see.
open.
You gotta find
Let's see if
somebody.
there's some with Google reviews.
Somebody with a name that sounds similar to like Tenochtitlan or something.
Yes.
So I'm going to go to a foreign country in the Mexico
Let's go to Mexico.
where weird stuff happens down there already.
Exactly. You'd go to a donkey show in Mexico. What's the damn difference? You could get killed
That's a
there.
spiritual
Hey,
journey.
TripAdvisor.
To be honest, I won't-
You can't compare.
I'm not doing this in Mexico.
Yeah, I'm going to Peru,
To be honest, no. Tenochtitlan, not
Even
Javier.
Peru.
Indonesia.
Wait, now you're just making up.
You go into a
countries.
foreign land.
Did you say
marched.
Indonesia?
Yeah.
I've been there a few times. I wouldn't suggest doing any drugs there.
Oh, well, Wherever
you're
it
going to go to a
is.
foreign land to be marched into the rainforest.
my girlfriend just
Get
went to
outta
Indonesia. It
here.
looked beautiful. So.
Hey, dude.
Some of
outta
it is,
here.
but they are like, they'll kill you if you have drugs.
Oh, for real? All right. Well, we're not
Yeah,
doing
the
drugs. in
airport had a
Indonesia.
banner.
Yeah.
that
All right,
tries to
never
tell
take
them-
that off the
Okay.
table.
She was
okay?
just throwing
I
out countries.
apologize.
I know, I'm just saying, don't do it,
Geography
please.
is not my strong suit. Okay.
Let's
Get,
go.
get that out of your head. They'll kill you.
Right here, dude. 5 stars with 163 reviews. It is in Indiana, Peru, which is, that'll make you feel at home.
Okay.
Mike Pence is there. Cool.
Cause Ayahuasca Retreat, baby. Look at this. 163 reviews.
Read one.
Let's read one. Let's see what a review has to say. Kawase was amazing. I went with no expectations. I only wanted to spend time with my father. After multiple ceremonies, I received clarity I was unaware I needed. The experience was one that I highly recommend. William and Anna were wonderful and caring hosts. The staff was kind, supportive, and the shaman were amazing, caring, and kind. I want to thank all of the people I met and the love we all share.
Wow.
There you go.
That's you, dude.
Okay, well,
a journey you didn't know that you needed.
Steven on the
Or
instant
whatever it
feedback
was.
says it's appealing to people because they're desperate. It needs to be legal and regulated for us with PTSD and all the people that could benefit from it. Okay, I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the
Idiots right here.
the West County housewives who write about it, on some forum
Yeah.
that they're
Yeah.
going to open up their chakras when they.
Well, who's to say that they're not seekers to the same level as
Okay.
some other somehow more
Okay,
qualified.
I just
seeker.
think it's more risk than reward.
I think you're taking
That's life, bro.
bad experience, imploding it to it's shadowing out the good experiences.
I
that
can't
this
believe
stuff-
you're not seeing any.
I just signed us up, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
I know
going.
what you're saying,
Ray
but
and I
I'm on
have
her
just
side.
booked our flights, so
Yo, dude.
You're not seeing my side at all on this.
I feel like I need to be
do.
honest with you. With all my neurosis, I need to go do ayahuasca in Peru to get over some stuff. Okay, I want to get on the boat with you all. I want to go on a cruise. All right, I don't want to be afraid of
Yeah,
the
maybe
demons
this
that
could
lurk
get
in
you
the
on the
ocean.
boat.
Yeah, this might be the one thing that gets me on the Riz Show cruise.
Well, headline.
One pill makes you
Oh, yeah. I forgot there's a reason we went here.
Me too.
makes you strong.
Okay, ruin
Movie
it.
actress dies at a Mexican spiritual retreat after consuming deadly monkey frog potion.
Okay.
Monkey frog potion.
That's
What?
the thing. I'm not licking no toad, all right? Give me the... Going top shelf with this.
Marcella Alcazar Rodriguez was at a spiritual retreat and took part in a, quote, cleansing ritual, which used a substance made from giant monkey frog, which secretes a hallucinogenic substance. The potion itself causes vomiting and uncontrollable diarrhea,
Very cool.
which is thought to clean out the system, which it does. Yes, that is true. Uncontrollable diarrhea. So you've signed up for uncontrollable diarrhea. You've paid money to go to a place to lick a frog's beehole because it secretes whatever hallucinogenic thing. For you to have uncontrollable diarrhea and vomiting so you could go on some kind of spiritual journey. You don't think that's just your body
Rejecting.
coming close to shutting completely down?
Yeah, sure could be.
I mean, you can have
Like
uncontrollable diarrhea anytime.
Dehydration.
Yeah.
I ate
right,
the
right,
Busch
right.
Stadium nachos and got uncontrollable diarrhea one time.
See that? Nachos in a hat.
But that's what the shaman is. He's a water boy. He's there to make sure that, you're drinking your water.
Exactly. They let you pet a sloth during your journey on this one.
They do?
I'm signing up, bruh.
I said this before. I don't know why. I would do it in Peru. I wouldn't do this in Mexico. Or I wouldn't do the toad thing.
At all.
Monkey toad poison. No. But the ayahuasca thing, not that I'm seeking it, but if it presented itself and I was in the right place and felt safe, I'm down maybe. But not in Mexico. Why? Why is that? I don't know. Maybe I've had enough experience in Mexico that I don't.
D-Rad says, your younger self would be disappointed in you, Riz. Yeah. Yeah, I was young and dumb. I'm smarter now. And I'm all about self-preservation.
What is your wife? Your wife is like into the
She
woo-woo
would go
stuff.
with you.
I know she would. I would love that.
She would go with you.
I'm going to call her later. Yeah. Why are you so shy about this? I mean, don't you want to
Because,
see
again,
God in that way?
I'm taking it for what it is.
Okay.
On the surface, being marched out into whatever rainforest, given something that will cause me to have uncontrollable diarrhea.
To me, this is nothing different than the time I went ziplining in Punta Cana, okay? And I did have uncontrollable diarrhea and I had a harness on, all right? And the team of people that I was with, my ex-boyfriend included, left me at the second base that we had swung over to, and I had to haul ass, literally, I had to get to a bathroom. And so I got in a truck with some fantastic Dominican man who I did not know and did not
But you
speak the
didn't
language.
on purpose
and
get
he
it.
drove me miles to some bathroom in the jungle. And what a gentleman. He waited for me. Could he have abducted me and this could have been the same
Yes.
situation?
Okay,
Absolutely.
this is not the same thing.
Were you high?
No, I was not.
You didn't
yeah,
get
there's
uncontrollable diarrhea on
Not
purpose.
the same.
Anyway,
How'd
so whatever.
you hold it for miles through the jungle?
Exactly. This is built of steel
She
for
set,
only
well,
so much
she
more
set
time.
records.
Your
She
little
set
stories starting
ziplining.
to come unraveled here.
She set ziplining records that day.
I did. How fast can I get out of this harness? Oh my God. Help.
That will make you go quicker.
So whatever this monkey frog secretion this woman took, it's said to be 40 times stronger than morphine. So she takes the stuff. They said it caused her whole body to spasm as it entered her system, and she died a couple hours later.
That's awful.
Yeah,
Wait, it was
organ
some-
failure. It shut down her entire body.
Because of a reaction, or just this was like too much, or?
That's what I'm curious about. I mean, there's always going to be the risk of an allergic reaction to anything.
There's people sick from lettuce down in St. Louis County.
Yeah. E. coli everywhere.
You know what I
But
mean?
you're
Like,
not going there on purpose to get E. coli.
Yeah, I know.
Have you been on a Nicolai retreat? Dude? I've lost. That's a weight loss retreat.
but
You
you
eat
know what I'm
tainted
saying?
lettuce, and then you just have uncontrollable diarrhea for 2 weeks.
Living life, bro. Riz, you're going to get to the end and be like, God, what a boring life, all these
Get
rules.
out of here. I've done a lot of exciting things.
You know what? Oh my God. I was
What a
having this
I live a
boring
quite an
life.
exciting life.
God.
Guys, last night I had this epiphany. I was looking back through all my different Instagram posts and I was like, man, there's been a lot that's happened this year. Tons. Doing a little reflection. And I go, it is all just flying by. I'm maybe the most anti-mindful person. Like I want to be mindful. It's just so hard because I'm always just go, go, go. And I think that's going to be my thing for 2025. I'm literally going to slow myself down because life is just flying by at like speeding colors. And we're not taking it in at all anymore. Like, think about all the cool stuff that we did this year, the shows you've played, the tours you've been on, all the stuff. And it's all just gone. It's like, boom. Isn't that sad?
No.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I read an article about that, even for kids. Like, not necessarily for us, but just like the way that every moment, because of social media and Instagram, like every moment is being documented. Like, you're planning the documentation of the moment and not
Living in it?
the moment.
We're living in memories, and it's
Well,
really
go to
weird.
in
a
real
concert.
time, though.
Yeah.
Go to
Yeah,
a
it's kinda
concert and
weird.
see how many phones are in the air instead of actually watching the show.
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I remember when I was on stage with Fred Durst, which seriously was one of the coolest moments of my
We
life.
had to film that.
Well, no, but I actively, as I was on stage with him, because it was such a big moment for me, I told myself, stop overthinking and look at him and be aware of this moment. And that was the last moment that I was very much aware of what was going on with me. And that memory is so much more vivid.
I will at times, and I've been doing this recently, stopping and soaking it in.
Good.
There have been moments where I will stop and just look around and absorb it, and it's in the memory.
Yep.
Good.
That's one of the last things Burton told me when we went over to see him. He said, whenever you're out walking, touch trees and just remember how it feels. And remember the
Yeah.
bark and everything. And the way it
Remember the
smells, the way
bark.
that everything is.
Remember the bark.
Remember the bark.
Or go into the woods and take some hallucinogenic
Yeah.
frog sperm
And
You'll
touch-
and have
remember.
diarrhea all
Remember.
over the place.
Yeah, I'm not advocating for that, but you know, within simple precautions and a balanced life, go bold, dude. Like, we only get one shot at this, man.
You know what this is? This is you getting a fever of like 105 degrees and hallucinating.
I did that.
That's what this is.
No,
That was
it's
fun.
not.
Yes, it is.
That sucks. That's
This
in
is your
bed
body-
and you can't talk to anybody because you're
This
sick.
is your. Have you seen videos of what these people look like
Yes.
while they're going through this? It looks horrible.
Yeah, I'm not seeking it.
I want to read that's the physical part that sucks. This is literally a spiritual thing that's all inside. I want to know how they felt on the inside,
I don't buy
not
it.
how it was looking on the outside.
Never going to down anybody for doing something that doesn't affect anybody else. That's going bold.
Let me
You know,
read-
like seeking.
I don't buy it.
Seeking life.
See if this changes your mind. This is the retreats bio. At our ayahuasca retreat, you'll be able to explore traditional plant spirit shamanism that dates from a time immemorial in a safe and secure environment. We work with integrity and the best of intentions for spiritual awakening and holistic healing of the mind, body, and spirit. You, Riz, can have the confidence to immerse yourself. They put your name in this. Is weird.
Well, crazy.
In the realms of Peruvian shamanism and ayahuasca, San Pedro cactus. Knowing that you're with people at an ayahuasca retreat who have dedicated their lives to helping you heal and explore the nature of reality and shamanic realms of the ancient healing practices in the heart of this phenomenon, Iquitos, Peru. The goal of these retreats is to provide guests with the professional, experienced support conducive to deep healing and transformation to provide you with the tools to maintain positive change.
Man, you got to be a real idiot to go do this.
I love it. Yes.
Didn't sway you at all?
No.
Yeah, whatever.
I thought it was very well written.
So
That
Moon,
Peruvian ChatGPT didn't get you, dude?
so Moon, who will not jump out of an airplane because of your children.
Yeah.
Would you do this?
No, probably not. No, like I said, if it was like it just happened to fall in my lap in every way, and somebody was like, "Wait, we'll give you a discount of $0 and do it for you."
No, maybe ask.
Perhaps.
Maybe ask 20-year-old Riz if you would do this. Oh, free trip to Peru. Okay. Mm-hmm. Great. I'm in. Free trip to Peru. You just have to have diarrhea uncontrollably for a
Yeah.
day. That's fine.
Hey, but at the same time, I've also lived one hell of a bold life, and I don't have to jump through every hoop at the same time. But I'm still trying to encourage people to not get to the end and be like, "What happened?"
I wish I had gone.
You know what I mean? Like,
to the Mexican jungle and
well, I mean, just try I'm not saying try things like that necessarily.
Put my tongue up a frog's beehole.
The frog.
There's my dying on my deathbed. Damn, I wish I would have done that.
That's pretty cool.
Two no words for me in this story, and one is frog, and the other was Mexico. I'm not doing any risky things in Mexico, really.
There's plenty of risky things to do here.
Yeah.
Let me ruin something else for you.
Okay, let's go.
Splash pads.
Splash pads. What do you mean, like kiddie pools?
Like kiddie pools.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you
dude. Come
meant
on. You
diapers.
already know that's the most
No, I know
dangerous
it. I
place.
What's happened?
You want to talk about uncontrollable diarrhea?
Yes.
Oh, man.
More people have died from those.
Exactly. Slipping and falling and boop.
You have
Yeah.
another
God.
review, Rafe?
Yeah, if there was a couple 1-star reviews, so I read.
I'd like to hear some 1-star reviews.
Not a safe place to try ayahuasca. I did not feel safe during this retreat. I assumed all along our spiritual needs, our physical needs would be met. Not so. The ayahuasca diet restricts salt intake, but I was never offered electrolyte supplements. I was having severe headaches my last days. In our ceremonies, we were placed in uncomfortable wicker rocking chairs instead of mats. None of our vapor herbal healing bath was ever explained beforehand. We were just submitted to them without knowing what was happening. The owner, William, told me to stop reading books and to stop doing yoga because it's evil. He said that ayahuasca was the only way to true spiritual enlightenment, and all other religions are incorrect, and that he could see spirits in our time that have all been to hell. He said disparaging things about sex workers and strong women and told me that I should feel guilty if I've had an abortion. Ayahuasca is amazing, but I will never go back here. Also, since posting
Somebody
this
had a bad
review,
trip.
Yeah, I've
Well,
seen.
yeah, if Shaman Bill, right? Is that what you said? His
you
name was
take
Bill?
ayahuasca and as you're having diarrhea, shaming you.
Yeah, that's shaman. That's shaming
That's
Bill.
shaman, not
Oh, sorry, you came into the wrong hut. This is the shaming hut.
Yeah, shame hut, not shaman hut.
Uh-oh.
1 star.
Well, that was a 1-star, so yeah.
Well, it happens. Hey, listen, if you want to do ayahuasca,
Do your research.
I know a guy.
That happened to the porn star Nacho Vidal. He almost went to prison in Mexico for. He was like licking toads with somebody, and the person he was with. I think this them doing it. They were just doing it at his house, like smoking toad venom or something, and somebody OD'd and died. And he was looking at like life in prison for it. I think he got
Really?
out of it. Yeah, I remember.
Well, somebody's
being
saying
the
Mike
story.
Tyson's all into that too.
Ayahuasca,
Really?
not the toad.
No, smoking toad venom.
For real? I've never heard the monkey toad. Or is that what you said?
The
Monkey.
monkey frog.
Monkey frog. I've never heard that one
They
specifically.
call it the giant monkey frog.
Giant monkey frog. I want to see this.
And maybe that's the toad that we all
It's
know.
Kermit.
The giant monkey frog.
It's bright green.
I'd like to know the person who discovered that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try.
It was in
licking this
Spain.
guy.
Just Larry Lick everything.
Willy nilly.
Hey, Larry Licks.
Larry Licks.
I found a new frog out here on
Let me
the
lick
street.
it. Ooh, a new species. Get Larry here.
Call Larry
Have
Lick.
him
Love
lick
to.
it to see if it gets you high. Okay, yep.
All right, I got diarrhea.
Splash pads, guys. I just read this new study. Splash pads contaminated with feces linked to 10,000 illnesses.
Here we go.
Exactly. See, this is what I'm telling you. This is far more dangerous. There's a braver soul going to go hang out at
the
toddler in diaper pools. We're
The
talking.
toddler
You're putting
splash
human
pad.
beings in diapers in this water to get publicly.
Yeah. And we all know these splash pads. These, some of these municipalities have these attached to, their municipal pools. Or I remember we were on that Disney cruise, and they have the kiddie pool. I remember my kids were of the age where they would be in that pool, and I go, "Don't put your head under. Don't put. Oh no, don't put your head under there.
Oh, we had a rule. We passed that, and we at the time,
My daughter was 1.
the dude was. Oh yeah, one. Whatever. They don't need to be swimming. They're not missing anything. I think we had a 5-year-old at the time, and we were like, "Nope, not allowed in there." I know it looks fun because it got the sprinkler and whatever else. No. We're going to go right over here. We're passing that. No preschool pools for our family.
Splash pads were introduced about 25 years ago. They've been linked to 10,611 infections, hospitalizations, emergency room visits. It's all about the cryptosporidium. And maybe this is more dangerous than going into the woods with a shaman.
Totally, man.
Smoking toad venom.
I've been made to feel guilty if I have like a cracked callus or something and I'm getting in a pool. You know what I mean? But you're going to share it with a diaper? Get out of here. No diaper pools.
Yeah, the crypto parasite causes a watery diarrhea that could persist for up to 3 weeks. Mostly affects kids from 1 to 4 years old, and young kids not toilet trained spend a lot of time in those waiting pools in the water parks. That's right.
The cryptovirus?
Yep.
I heard it's going to $1. It's going to the moon.
And the main method of keeping these splash pads free of infectious disease is chlorine. However, the CDC says that it's difficult to maintain an adequate amount of chlorine on these splash pads because the jet spraying water around aerosolizes the chlorine, which decreases its concentration. And also that crypto stuff, it says to chlorine, you can't kill me. I'm going to cause diarrhea for 3 weeks. And speaking of E. coli and crypto and all that stuff, you know that outbreak of E. coli linked to Andres? Mm-hmm. Which still, by the way, they're denying it. And I feel so bad for that whole family.
Yeah, it sucks. Whole thing sucks.
The whole thing sucks.
Yeah.
They're saying that it was lettuce gotten from this farm in California. The same farm that supplied the onions that got people sick with the quarter pounders
Oh, at McDonald's.
at McDonald's.
I wonder,
Yeah.
I imagine it has to be the water. Like, are they one of these places that recycles water from, like, the cow plants?
No. They say sometimes it's the farm, not the farmers, the farm work that's out there and they aren't allowed to take breaks or something like that. So
Grabbing
they
the
just
field.
grab in the
And
fields.
don't wash their hands, possibly. Oh,
So this is
man.
from STLtoday.com. A lawyer on yesterday said that an E. coli outbreak here has been traced back to lettuce grown by a California farm that also supplied McDonald's with contaminated yellow onions. Because remember, McDonald's had pulled quarter pounders off certain menus.
Yeah.
And there was a couple instances in this state. And it came down to the onions. And apparently it's the same farm.
Dang.
That's
Health
weird.
officials have said that the lettuce, suspected to have sickened over 100 people in St. Louis County, served by Andres Banquets and Catering, a local chain with 31 locations. They bought the greens from Taylor Farms, and this is from, I guess, a food poisoning attorney. Taylor Farms grows and distributes leafy greens throughout the country, including Missouri.
Also known as a food lawyer.
He is
Yep.
the food lawyer.
Finally, somebody got hip to it.
His name is Jory Lang, the food lawyer.
Jory Lang.
So on Tuesday, the federal government said it had closed their investigation into the E. coli outbreak tied to quarter pounders from McDonald's. The outbreak, which was first reported on October 22nd, killed one person, 104 people got sick in 14 different states. And the FDA and the CDC linked the outbreak to yellow onions distributed by this particular Taylor Farms. So they were serving the raw onions from this place on the quarter pounders. That's what was getting people sick. And apparently the lettuce that they served at Andres came from this place too. So,
Is this in defense of Andres and McDonald's? You know, saying
I
it's
mean,
like
it's not their fault. It's not that the place is unhygienic.
Right. They're probably a
Like-
professional distributor and just do business together, done business together maybe for years, and this is the first time something like this happened. I don't know.
but
It
when people are
happens.
looking for somebody to blame,
Yeah, quite a few people got sick.
does
so,
it go to the farm?
well, and it's like, all right, did people at Andres not wash their hands, or did people at McDonald's not wash their hands when they were, serving people stuff, and that's how the outbreak happened? But no, it has been
Right.
traced back to this farm.
So then does it, because I think Andres is under the heat right now. Does the heat then come off of them?
Shift to I think they're still getting sued because they are the ones that served it.
Yeah.
I
even
wonder
though
if
it's
they
not
had a
their
food
fault.
supplier as well that did
I don't know.
they buy it from that food supplier who buys it from Taylor Farms. But
it's a
then
bad
also the thing
situation.
is, aren't there more food products there at McDonald's with onions?
Oh, like how are these
why is it
designated
just
just for the
one-
quarter pounder?
Well, because those quarter pounders,
Is that the only thing with
the
raw
onions,
onions?
yeah, well,
The cheeseburgers also have onions.
Yeah, but those are like the little diced.
Right.
Oh, so that
The
comes from a
quarter
different
pounders
farm?
have the sliced sliver
the
onions.
rings.
Okay.
They're not rings. They're kind of quarter kind of
Oh, okay.
slivers.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
That's a great question, and it seems so obvious now because you're right. Like there's diced, and then there's the strings,
So they get that taken care of ahead of time.
As somebody who was in the service, I
and
know.
they're coming from different places.
Do you cut the onions there, or they come pre-cut?
They come pre-cut.
Interesting.
From the ground.
Yeah, they don't do
At
any
least when I was there, nobody's dicing.
food preparation.
They don't trust the people in the back with
It's
knives.
more ingredient stacking.
Yeah.
You think they give knives to people who work in the back? No. Ain't dicing
Bummer.
nothing. Here's a wild story out of Spain. In other health news, 11 babies have reportedly developed something called werewolf syndrome.
Oh no! Is this that thing that remember in the '80s when that gal had it, and they talked about her on 2020 or whatever it was? Baba Walters talked to.
We'll explain what it is.
It's something where like hair grows all over your face, and this gal
And body.
Yeah, this gal looked like Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
Like full on Teen Wolf. I mean, they may have
Look
actually
up-
made a Teen Wolf reference on
look up-
2020 with Baba Watas.
Look up the werewolf sisters.
Are they just? Is it instantly make you like a carny or what's?
Are you guys willy werewolves?
Oh yeah, this the gal
I'm
from
Baba
India.
Walters.
You talking about the
These
gal?
ladies are willy werewolves.
Look at these three gals from India. This is not super
yeah.
bad. No, see now that's
Pretty bad, man.
that's got to be
Something else?
that's Photoshop.
No. I don't think that's Photoshop. That picture's been around for a long time.
Are you sure?
The three sisters.
Not that picture. I've seen a different picture.
So 11 babies have been reportedly growing hair all over their bodies. And it's all been linked back to parents using popular over-the-counter hair loss treatments. Like hairy backs, legs, faces. Like little Chewbacca's.
Hairy back and ass.
Little
Chewbacca's. The culprit is this
Wait, what are you saying?
minoxidil.
Yeah, minoxidil's. You're saying gals that are using minoxidil that then get pregnant.
No. I guess even just having it, dads and moms that use this.
No way.
And they have babies around them.
What?
So I guess, I don't know if kids are getting a hold of this stuff or it's jumping from the parents to the kids.
Don't you think if the mother and the father both were using it and then they created a baby and then, I mean, that's maybe why the baby's growing the hair later?
So this is
After
stuff
they're
like
born.
Rogaine or Hims.
Right.
Investigators believe the babies absorbed the medication either through their skin or by eating it.
Interesting.
Oh
So
my
is that what happened to
gosh.
Cousin It? I wonder.
Yeah.
I remember these dudes. These were the werewolf guys when I was growing up. These two brothers.
Yeah,
Right.
and then this
They
kid,
look like straight up Teen Wolf.
this kid a few years ago.
Oh my
Was
God.
making
was
the
growing
rounds.
hair out of everywhere on his face.
I mean, it's everywhere.
Has to be so itchy.
And the crazy thing is,
a
the
lot of
majority of it on his face was like salt and pepper, it was like silver. The kid was like 16.
But it's not like beard hair. It's like hair.
Yeah, it looks like almost like dog hair.
I don't know, I've been watching so many like whimsical things lately. Like I don't know, it kind of looks cute. Like I don't know, it's probably very annoying for him.
Well, I mean,
but like as somebody outside of him,
This
it's very
kid
cute.
grew it out and looks
Why don't you
just,
shave that, man?
just
I
like
don't think
Chewbacca, dude.
Yeah, he looks like Chewbacca. Like, could you imagine having this and being like the biggest Chewbacca fan and being like, yes?
I mean, you could turn that into money for sure.
You talking about Star Wars conventions? You just go
Yeah.
and
No,
now
these kids are not thinking of that.
yeah, he's not
Well,
wanting
sure.
to cosplay in Ewok.
He should be stoked.
Well, they're just telling parents if you use this stuff like Rogaine or Hims or whatever, just be careful if you've got kids.
Mm-hmm.
So is this
they're
going to be
gonna turn
a
into
problem
wolves.
coming up?
I don't know.
I won't do my impression because I'm not good at it.
One
Come on,
case
let's hear
involved. One case
that time of
involved a
year, though.
baby.
I have that saved, by the way.
One case involved a baby who had hair everywhere after their dad started using minoxidil for hair loss. When the dad stopped the treatment, the baby's symptoms disappeared.
But this
So
is
the
something
lesson
that
here is
hap-
maybe keep your hair growth remedies to yourself. And
this is something that happened before
Yeah.
we had minoxidil all over the place.
It's a genetic. It's in the past. It's just a genetic.
that's
Mutation.
in this
Mutation.
in these particular cases, they're linking
Thank you.
it back to
Mm-hmm.
minoxidil.
Interesting.
Well,
Like this gal, this is a gorgeous
I
gal.
want to put
by
some
the way.
amoxidil up on this bald spot that I'm developing on my background. So,
You got a bald spot?
yeah, my sister over the holidays told me I had a bald spot
Where?
on the back of my head.
Let me
My
see. You
father.
pointed it
I'm gonna
out.
have a skullet soon, and I'm gonna look like the crypt keeper. I don't know if you can see
Oh, my
it.
God.
Well, that's why it's
She's
shining.
insane, dude.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
What's happening?
oh man.
What
I
are you
have a
talking?
cowlick, and
Just tell her.
it's
Oh, yeah.
developing, and I'm gonna look like
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan here soon. So
That's
I hope
not a-
Do you
everybody's
think your
buckled up.
sister was just playing on your insecurities?
No,
She
my sister
literally
is-
set herself up for it.
Yeah, I have a
listen.
cowlick too, and if I sleep on it or it does something
Yeah,
weird,
same.
it can look like a spot.
I appreciate
developing.
all the
but that's
support.
just a cowlick, man.
But here's the deal: my sister, who I've not seen in months, maybe in the first 10 minutes of me seeing her, says, "Oh, you got a bald spot back here."
Nah, she's just knocking you down a
Honey,
peg. That's all.
She's playing on your insecurities.
Yeah.
Turn around, let me see.
This is a lawyer. You're
She's a
dealing with.
lawyer. It's a power move.
Yeah.
Well,
Be
Oh,
careful.
no. Yeah, it's big.
it is.
It's like a little yarmulke.
I just hope that I will still have friends as I develop into.
I didn't realize we had Friar Tuck on the show.
My,
I know. Oh, it's gonna be so rough. It's gonna be so bad.
I'm seeing the one from the Disney cartoon,
right.
which makes it even funnier to me.
Yeah,
that is good.
I think I'm gonna start wearing some of those wigs that the women in the '60s wore, where it was like a bouffant. So 2025, buckle up. It's gonna be.
I'm ready for
It's
it.
gonna be lit.
You're already wearing leopard print, like a leopard
a
print
duster.
jacket.
This is my Steven Tyler duster. Yeah,
Ask our friend Tanya Haddix for some hair tips.
I will. She wears a wig, I believe.
Yeah. She does
I love
wear
a wig. I just am not. Am I ready to start wearing them all the time? I don't know. I will.
Well, listen, the takeaway here with this is parents, if you're using this minoxidil stuff, just be careful with the kids.
Just be careful.
Or else you could have your own little Chewbacca. Okay.
Wow, Lauren, that was a really good impression.
yeah, you
Thank
did
you.
great that time.
Nobody
working on
wants
that.
their toddler to go full werewolf before they hit preschool. Am I right?
Probably not.
And no, probably not. We're all insane. The world's gone crazy. No, I'm also reading this story about, I don't know why I thought of Rafe when I saw this story.
Oh, boy.
Now, when a restaurant says they're offering a casual dining experience, they don't mean this casual. So there was a 43-year-old guy from Connecticut, Andrew, walked into an Italian place called Papa T's. This happened last Friday. He sat at the counter. "Excuse me, fine sir, can I have a menu?" "Yes, here you go." "What's your specials today?" "Well, we have a great chicken parm today." "Okay, Papa T's famous chicken parm." "Okay, excuse me, I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'll be right back."
Okay.
"I'll take one of those." Goes to the bathroom, comes out 15 minutes later, fully naked.
All right.
Fully,
That's how I eat my chicken parm.
fully naked. Not a stitch of fabric on this guy.
Casual attire.
You want to show his noodle, I guess.
No socks. Not even your socks.
Pour some sauce on this.
That would be worse if he were naked with socks.
Well, at least his feet are clean.
A clear psychopath is what we have on our hands here. If you walk
Yeah,
out
you're
of
walking
there
out.
with just socks,
Well, my first thing was, ooh, you're walking barefoot in the bathroom. Ooh.
still better.
Not the fact that you're naked, but ooh, you're in the bathroom
Yeah,
with no socks on. Yuck.
better with socks though. I mean, better without. Better than with socks, right? Because then your feet are touching anyway. Because it whatever the wetness is soaks into the socks and then stays there.
Yeah,
oh, at least you can
no.
wipe it. Blech.
No, skin on bathroom tile floor. Ugh.
You prefer socks,
I would. It's at least some barrier.
but it's not.
Well, you're assuming the
It's
floor
a
is wet.
sponge.
You're assuming the floor is wet.
Blech.
Anyway, according to police, this caused some, quote, alarm
Yeah. I would say.
among other patrons. The place bills itself as a family restaurant. There were several kids there when it happened.
Oh my goodness.
So you came back out and sat down.
Yes.
I'm ready.
That's
the
awesome.
best.
You said what was the name of this place?
Papa T's.
Hey, Papa T.
Papa D's.
Papa T's. He was still naked when the cops showed up. He did comply when asked to put his clothes back on. Was he on drugs? Not clear.
Ayahuasca.
You betcha.
Probably. He is facing charges for breach of peace and risk of injury to a minor. He'll be in court next Wednesday.
Good for him.
And another people going nuts at food establishments. Imagine catching a felony charge over Raising Cane's dipping sauce. Now listen, I know pretty much the only appeal to that place is their dipping sauce.
Damn right.
And that's it. And that's it. Everything
Great
else
chicken
sucks.
fingers, dude.
Yeah, they boil it in hot water.
Everything else there is not great. Let's be honest. It's all about
Crinkle
Raising
cut
Cane's. Raising Cane's is all about that dipping sauce.
And don't you have to pay for the dipping sauce?
No, it comes free.
I think it.
Get
But
out of here, Scott.
but I think you only get a certain amount.
No, you
Yeah,
get 2 of them. You get the 3-finger combo. That's what it's called, and it comes with 2 little sauces. Okay, and it's damn delicious.
That's a move I use.
3-finger combo, 3 chicken fingers, crinkle cut fry, Texas toast. You can get slaw on the side if you'd
Wow.
like.
The 3-finger combo. Is that why it's so big? Is because there's no options? It's just a here.
Yeah.
It's simple. It's
It's the
simplicity.
In-N-Out thing where
Yeah.
it's just you got a few options. That's it.
Yeah,
I mean-
it's chicken fingers and you got Texas toast and crinkle fries. That's,
Surely you can respect that.
I actually do.
Yeah.
The fact that this guy that started Raising Cane's,
You can.
Todd Graves.
Todd
Oh.
Graves,
They have a
He
secret
named it
menu
after his
too.
dog.
this guy fooled everybody. Just a good dipping sauce and mediocre chicken fingers, and this guy's
I'm telling you what.
bazillionaire.
It's peppered perfectly. Okay.
No, it's not. It's so underseasoned.
I'm really sad for everybody who's had a poor experience because seriously, every time I've had it, great experience.
It was
My
fun.
daughter loves it.
I've had it a few
Loves it.
times,
And I've had it a couple. Let me try one of those.
I don't remember a single thing about
Yeah.
it. Every time you guys fight over it, I feel like I got to try it again. But I don't remember anything about
You
it.
don't have to fully commit. They have a secret menu, dude. You can get just a. It's called the 2-finger blast. You ask
Yeah,
for
the
it.
shocker combo.
Yeah, that's right. And
I'll
if you
take
want
the
a
shocker.
Dr. Pepper, you have to ask for the shocker combo. And it's really, you can just try it without fully committing, you know?
Yeah. So you're saying I need to try it again because I went once and it actually made me mad because it was just terrible.
So-
You're like, this is.
It
It
was
was just
bad?
underseasoned.
Yeah, it was
It
awful.
was
It was-
soggy.
that's
It
where
just
I-
wasn't great.
I always
it's
say they
just
just
not-
boil the chicken in hot, nasty water, then they.
Maybe it's
Go
not.
to the one in Ellisville.
Maybe it's not built for Scots.
Maybe not.
It
Maybe
was
we
just.
have
It was.
refined
It's been
palates.
so hyped up. And again, my daughter's like, I want to get Raising Cane's.
I know. My daughter too.
And I go, Are you
Maybe it's a
doing this?
chick thing.
Are you doing this for the chicken or the dip?
The whole thing. I dip everything.
Sauce
in that
is
sauce.
good. Without the sauce, it's nothing. Like, at least admit that.
The sauce does add.
You take the
a lot
sauce
to it.
away, you're not going to Raising Cane's as often. at
Yeah,
least.
not as often.
Okay.
I'll give you that, but it's not just the sauce.
And this brings us down to Florida, where this happened on Friday. A 31-year-old woman was arrested after she became hostile both verbally and physically after workers failed to include 8 sauces in her mobile pickup order. So this woman, Mackenzie, was she went to Raising Cane's. She got her food. It's in Clearwater. Only to later find out she was missing 8 packs of cane sauce. Mackenzie went back to the restaurant, spoke to the manager, who provided Mackenzie with the missing sauce. However, Mackenzie was like, well, I wasted time and gas getting here, so I want some more. Give me some more dipping sauce for free. The manager declined her request for more cane sauce. Not acceptable to Mackenzie. She began yelling. She started carrying on. And during her temper tantrum, she, quote, shot out her right hand with force and hit the manager in the leg. She then tried to tear off the manager's keys and Cane's ID from a lanyard attached to her belt. This is what's happening at these at Raising Cane's.
This is what. Very common there.
This,
I mean, it's so good.
Had they forgotten the chicken fingers, she wouldn't have went
she
back.
wouldn't. Have, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
she'd been
She would have
fine.
just like drank the sauce and been fine.
Yeah, if she ordered the 4-finger combo
The finger blast combo.
3-finger
and
combo.
only 3
turds.
fingers came, but 9 packets of sauce, she would
One
have
of
been
these
fine.
is a thumb.
Bad.
Here's the thing. I understand the woman's sentiment. It is frustrating to go back to a place where they messed up your order, which is almost more common than getting it right at this point. You have to circle back. You have to be inconvenienced just to get the thing you already asked and paid for. And then they don't offer up something. It would have been real easy for her to be like, hey, let me give you a couple extra. Sorry about that.
Right.
Right.
Now, I don't know if it merits this reaction, but I do understand. I do understand the rage. I have it often.
In a way, yes. I see what she's throwing down a little bit.
A little bit.
Handled it the wrong way.
100%. But I understand the kernel of rage and where it comes from.
Man, listen, an irrational response to an irrational situation is normal behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, normally the irrational response is you push it down, and you don't have it come out.
Right.
And by the way, my buddy here is correct. Raising Cane's taste like oven-baked Tyson chicken, not fried and crispy. Yuck.
Whoa.
Well, tell your friend to.
That does.
100% correct.
That is kind because it is kind of floppy, and you're like, is this a thick crusting or a thin crusting, or is it?
And it slides off.
neither?
It slides off.
Yeah, okay. That I do remember that experience.
Yeah, and I know exactly what he's talking about. The coating that kind of slides off the chicken.
Yeah. Like it needs an air fryer. Or
I'm
something.
done with this.
You know I'm right.
I'm done
Maybe-
having to be
maybe-
the apologist
maybe
for
it's the
such a great
locations.
thing.
You know I'm right.
They do have
Maybe
a
she's
small
right.
menu.
But she's talking about this Ellisville. Well, maybe it's the location to location.
Could be.
Because they have the box combo, the 3-finger combo, the cardiac combo.
And Michael's correct. Chickens don't have fingers. This whole thing's weird.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
sure
let's
they're
get all
crushing
caught up on
Next time you
that.
tell me buffaloes don't have.
Because don't they say the biggest margin in food is chicken? Like if you want to rip yourself off, you go to a nice restaurant and you order the chicken.
No, you order anything with avocado.
That's the biggest margin?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay, well, chicken and avocado then. Like they're making their meat, you know what I'm saying? Like the restaurants on the people that come in and get a $30 grilled chicken.
I need to give it a chance, maybe. There are certain chicken establishments that I only associate with the airport, and it's Bojangles, Raising Cane's. There's a third one. I didn't even know they existed outside the airport for a long time.
Buffalo
I
Zaxby's?
saw
Wild
one.
Wings.
Is it Zaxby's?
Might be Zaxby's, dude. I saw one in the
it was
wild, and I'm like,
Zaxby's.
what's that, a brick and mortar? Raising Cane's? What the hell? Does anyone know? Are there planes landing in this parking lot?
Garbage. It's garbage.
Zaxby's is all right, though. Is that?
It's Bojangles? Bojangles?
It's chicken Culver's, and it's not done
Zaxby's?
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good description, but it's all right in a pinch.
Yeah. That's how I feel about all three of these establishments. But I feel like, for the sake, I'm going to try to go in there with a clean slate and try this Raising Cane's.
You morons are all full. He's got you all.
Hey,
He tricked you all.
You know who's got the jam as far as just like
They're probably going to Costco and buying those Tyson things and putting them in the oven.
nobody ever talks about Lee's. Lee's chicken sandwich?
I talk about it all the time. I
There's a
love it.
Lee's right down the street
Pretty
from the Ellis.
I'm a
Hill.
Lee's. I got mad at him
Pretty
at
solid.
the gastro pit in Ellisville because there's a Lee's right there.
Yeah.
And I go, you telling me you've never had Lee's and you got one in your backyard right here?
Now you want to talk about location to location, though. I went to one in
That's probably true.
I don't even know where it's considered, but I waited forever just to order. And I was like, I gotta get out of here. I was like 15 minutes. They didn't take my order, and I just left.
Here's
and
the
I
deal.
was like, screw
Lee's
this
chicken
place.
sandwich and Lee's chicken fingers are top-notch chicken tenders.
Oh, Matthew says get the family fist feast.
Yeah. Thank you, Matthew.
Yeah, you can get that.
They're called tailgates.
Yeah, they actually jam all the
good.
fingers in between the biscuits.
No, there's no fingers and biscuits.
Yes, I'll take the family. Go to your local Raising Cane's tonight and ask for the family fist feast.
Yeah, when
And
they
if you
say
got
like,
a
"What
family-
else, chicken cup or whatever they say
Yeah.
whenever you come
They
up
may
to
call
the
the police. I don't
You
know.
can also get the elbows deep family of 5 meal.
Does that come with a sweet tea?
Yeah, it does.
A
Free
jug,
gallon
a
of
big
sweet
old
tea.
jug.
3 gallon of sweet tea lube.
All right, listen, we got to take a break, but first. All right, that's brought to us by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Check out the all-new Hot Shots Lindbergh, 7575 Lindbergh Boulevard, your new home for sports in South County. HotShotsNet.com. From Belleville, Illinois, Philip Patterson is our team.
Vegas.
Old Phil has listened to the Riz Show since the very beginning, has even converted his wife and friends to listeners as well. Nice, a Riz evangelist. Loves when I get angry, never. King Scott's jokes, Moon's level-headedness, Rafe's realness, and Learn's love for cats.
Nice.
And the overall spirit of the show. Philip appreciates everything the show's done for him over the years and is grateful for the show always being there to get him through some rough times. Honored to now be part of Team Riz. Philip Patterson from Belleville is our Team Riz member of the day. Gets a super sweet Team Riz member of the day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, we'll take our first break of the morning. We'll come back. We'll do two things. Thing number one, Craig's Freak of the Year, the final semifinal matchup. So two champions going at it, one ad based on your votes, moving on to the Freak of the Year finals, which will be next week. And then we'll get into crap on celebrities. Welcome back to the Riz Show. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams. 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizShow1057thepoint.com. Craig's Freak of the Year semifinals coming up in just a moment here. Hey, so around 8 o'clock, we're going to talk to a woman. Her name is Meagan Schreider. Now, Meagan won a trip to Cancun from us.
This is wild.
So Meagan was, I forget how pregnant she was, but it was not pregnant enough where you would think a trip like this would be very dangerous.
End of second trimester or something, right?
Yeah, like she was cleared by her doctor. Like, hey, go on this trip with your fiance. Like this will be your last hurrah before the baby comes. Well,
Yep.
while she was away in Cancun, she had the kid early.
On the baby moon. Wow.
On the baby moon. She had the kid very early.
That's what you get for smoking toad venom.
She did not smoke any toad venom.
Oh.
I will not be, if you have a baby at the end, I will not be smoking the toad venom.
She did not smoke toad venom. Well, so her son was born in Mexico, and the infant arrived 3 months early and weighed 2.2 pounds.
He's got dual citizenship.
That's exactly what I was
So it
thinking.
was a whole thing.
Sure.
You want to talk about a whole thing? This was a whole thing.
Is he healthy? All is good?
Well, finally the baby came home late last week.
Wow.
So it was a whole thing trying to get the baby out of the country.
Yeah.
I believe the Army had to come in.
Oh, my.
Dang.
It's a wild story.
Holy cow.
It's wild
I can't wait to talk to her.
because of what you said, right? Citizenship.
It was a citizenship thing. It was in Mexico. They didn't accept their insurance.
Oh, no. Really? Oh, that's so.
So to even treat Meagan and the baby, Nick, the fiance, had to like pay cash, like maxed out credit cards.
Wow.
Just to get the, it was, yeah, so we'll talk to her. It's a crazy story. And
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, they had to go to the embassy, right? Because of the kid had no social security card, had no passport.
yeah.
So to get him back,
Dang. Yeah.
that'd be wild.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
The couple had to acquire proper documentation.
And the kid will forever have the coolest story
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, a very expensive,
Like-
cool story.
Yeah, but what an origin story. That's
Yeah,
kind
so
of
last week, the day before Thanksgiving, the baby finally went home from the NICU unit.
Welcome home, Kevin Miguel Louise
Ledger.
Smith.
Ledger.
Ledger? Oh, like Heath Ledger. Cute.
So we'll talk to Meagan in a little bit. It's a wild story.
I can't wait.
I want her to tell. I do no justice, and I can't imagine.
Yeah.
It's her first kid.
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk to her.
Is she coming in or are we calling
No,
her?
we're gonna.
We're going to call her?
She got a newborn at home.
All right, yeah, I was going to say, let's make it easy.
No, but I wanted to make.
Or
it
I
easy.
maybe would want to.
No, I said.
I don't know.
I said, get your ass in here. No, we'll talk to her on the phone. But listen, we got some work to do, guys. Craig's Freak of the Week. It is our final semifinal matchup. So this will set up our finals. So one of these two ads will meet in the finals next week to go up against Crawley Shore to become the Craigslist Freak of the Year.
Wow. We're here.
We're here. We are here. So Lauren's going to read the ads, and you guys will vote for your favorite ad via Twitter. At RIZZ Show. Again, one of these ads moving on to the Freak of the Year finals. Lauren?
Yes.
Let's get into it. Here we go.
One woman's trash is another man's gold. Man for woman, 35 years old, Calgary, Alberta. First time poster here. I'm not sure if this is too out there or not. I'm a newly single guy in the market for an open-minded woman. I'm the only guy in a family of all sisters. Am I a monster for being super horny when I see feminine hygiene products in the little garbage can by the bathroom sink? This fed of mine started as a kid after being super curious one day. When I unfolded that wrapper and saw what a tampon looked like, my life changed. I'm so aroused even thinking about it. My last wife wasn't into it. That's one of the reasons why we're not together anymore. Even if I don't find a lady on here who will accept me for me, maybe you're willing to sell me your used pads and tampons. You're going to throw them out anyway. Why not make a couple of extra dollars? A side hustle. I'm almost 2 years single now, and I miss my monthly gifts. I'm a subscriber to your menstruation. What I do with what you throw out is my business. I can offer a $25 Visa gift card every month for the exchange. I'm also up to negotiate. Sorry it can't be more, but I'm working 2 jobs at the moment, and it's hard to make ends meet. Alimony and child support are a bitch. Thanks for your time, Roger.
All right, there you go. That is Flo Pesci.
Yeah, Raj.
Flo Pesci.
What's up, Raj?
Roger, a.k.a. Flo Pesci. That is our first semifinalist for this week.
I'm trying to close my eyes and hear these again for the first time.
Yeah.
I'm really
Oh, yeah.
trying to give it.
I suggest everybody not driving do that.
And for some reason, during that one, when he opened the tampon for the first time, in his head, he heard Rush's Fly By Night playing.
Fly by night.
I don't know why. I just he's like, Fly by night, away from here. And that's like, just something happened to change, overcame him.
It wasn't Angel singing.
Yeah, it might have been. It was a choir singing Rush's Fly By Night.
All right, so that's Flo Pesci, and Flo Pesci's opponent in this here semifinal matchup is Learn. Go ahead.
Plant me, man for man, 49 years old, Newfoundland. I want you to plant me and then plant me. I love plants. Like, I'm obsessed and I identify as a plant. I'm looking for a cool 420 friendly partner who will treat me like their little fiddle plant and give me more than just their green thumb, wink, wink. I want you to plant me in the ground up to my neck and then water me the old fashioned way. Use me as a toilet and make sure that I get the nourishment that I need. You can dig me up and transplant me as I grow. Bury me in all sorts of positions. Ass up with my legs and arms buried securely in the ground will leave me at your mercy, and I want no mercy. You can also bury me with only my face and stalk exposed for your pleasure. I want us both to benefit from our horny little garden. Make sure you pull out the pubies and keep your little fiddle plant tidy. I have a giant cattle trough and plenty of dirt for us. Looking forward to becoming your favorite naughty crop.
All right, that is Robert Plant. We first met Robert back in April. And Robert Plant has made his way to the semifinals. So there we go. That is...
First time I've ever noticed, by the way, he identifies as a plant, loves plants, plant, but wants to smoke it too.
Yes.
You know,
I closed my eyes and imagined the guy peeing on him, like ripping a bong hit, like just hands-free peeing on a guy.
Oh, was it a
who's
guy?
Also, only his ass is... when I closed my eyes and actually saw the bare bottom coming out of the soil,
It's a cartoon, dude.
it changed everything for me. And I heard the song Sundown in this one. Sundown, you better make care. And like just a big white glowing ass facing the sun.
Who sings that song?
This is Man for Man?
Scott, this is you, buddy.
Man for Man.
Sundown.
Your time to shine, Sundown. Who is it?
Isn't
That's
it
a
like
great
George
song.
Jones? Or,
It's not Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah, it's Gordon.
Chet Atkins?
Yeah,
Gordon
Sundown.
No.
Yeah,
Be a
Gordon
that
Lightfoot.
might be a Gordon Lightfoot song.
Oh, that's a banger, that song.
Sundown, you better take care.
Yeah, it's Gordon.
nice.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what was
that's
playing
Gordon.
while his bare ass was exposed to the sun. You're welcome.
I may have to give that a spin.
That's a
Yeah.
great song.
I may have to put that on the
Hey, I'm thrilled to say
Riz-liked playlist.
Hey, good.
one of his numbers was one of my top 10.
Oh, for your Spotify
Yeah.
tracks?
Yeah, the
Guys,
Helen Fitzgerald.
My number one band was Led Zeppelin this year.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Robert Plant.
Just go to the middle and start reading.
All right. You can dig me up and transplant me as I grow. Bury me in all sorts of positions.
Keep going.
Ass up with my legs and arms buried securely in ground will leave me at your mercy. And I want no mercy. You can also bury me with only my face and stalk exposed for your pleasure.
Now imagine that with the song playing.
I want us both to benefit from our horny little garden.
My back
Now make sure that you pull all the pubies and keep your little fiddle plant tidy.
Brent's getting your pubes ripped out to this song.
That's why I feel like he's more of a Disturbed fan.
Oh, man.
I have a giant cattle trough and plenty of dirt for us. Looking forward to becoming your naughty crop. Thank you.
Damn, dude.
Yeah,
That works.
that is beautiful.
It fits.
It works.
I want to play that in a Jeep. I wish it was Jeep weather. I could take
Yeah,
the roof off
that's a
and
good
play
Jeep.
that in a Jeep.
Tomorrow's
That's a top
Jeep weather.
off.
I just
Yeah,
hope from now on you guys all associate that song with the vision of Robert Plant.
Oh, yeah.
Why did that
Stalking beans just growing out of the soil.
It made me sad that it's not fall or spring.
Yeah.
Gosh dang.
You know, with the soundtrack, I think I'm voting for Robert Plant just because of the visual
That's
that
it.
just did for me with the song. So
Yeah.
thank you.
All right, so, who are you endorsing? You endorsing Robert Plant?
For sure.
Okay, I'm putting Learn down. I will be endorsing Flo Pesci. Flo Pesci gets my vote.
Can't believe it.
It breaks my heart a little.
Riz? I'm sorry, Riz.
Riz?
It's me. Rafe.
Oh, did you see a little bit of yourself in me?
No, I was writing my name down, and
Oh.
I meant to say Rafe.
Oh,
But
he had.
no, we didn't have
My
a
dad
moment
was
there.
finally giving me.
No.
I will say Bobby Plant, baby.
Oh, Robert Plant?
All day.
Okay.
'Cause you know what? This is going to be the first final because we got Crawley Shore, right? This didn't sway you? Come on,
It
dude.
does. It makes my hips move.
If I find you with ass up in the air.
Bury me, face down, ass up.
With my stock exposed.
All right, I'm putting you
we'll
down
get
for Robert
effed
Plant.
up.
Robert Plant, and honestly,
Now we're
I think the
smoking.
Robert Plant's going to get it, and I think we're going to have our first final that I remember, at least because I remember some of the old days before I was on the show too. I feel like it'll be the first one where there wasn't like a doo-doo, like there wasn't some sort
Yeah.
of gross element to it that was like really taking it to the next level, like Susan Boyle last year, and there's always something oozing.
Right. Yeah, nothing oozing
Nothing
this year.
oozing or overflowing or.
Well, Flo Pesci, I mean,
I know if he gets in, we're gonna have a.
I want
we're gonna
him
have
to
a.
get in.
That's a flower.
I mean,
That's a body excrement
I got
thing.
the last couple winners. Here's a leaky one, Ernest Flemingway from 2021.
well, who you gonna back?
You know, I 100% think that I am backing the underdog here. But this is how I typically, especially in the finals, this is how I determine who I endorse and vote for. Which one do I see less of throughout the year? And although Flo Pesci is one of the grosser ones, and I'm so far outside of the realm of understanding this guy, I don't get it. I'm just flabbergasted.
Say it. Who you voting for?
I think I find more people that would line up with Flo Pesci while I'm searching for ads than I would ever find with Robert Plant.
Good
So
point.
you're endorsing Robert Plant?
I'm endorsing Robert Plant.
When I feel like I'm winning, when I'm losing again.
Yeah.
Like I become like a plant with my stock, you know, in my league.
This is playing at an ayahuasca retreat with Robert Plant.
I think he's the underdog. I do. But
Put Moon down for Robert
Literally.
Plant.
yeah, I don't. I don't see that kind of fetish stuff as much as I see the bloody stuff.
Scott?
Well, the good news is Robert Plant is Canadian. And so
That is
is
great
Gordon
news.
Lightfoot, so I'm going that route.
Wow.
What's up, oh Canada?
Robert
I
Plant?
love
Canada
I
connection.
support Canada.
Okay, enough Gordon
Okay,
Lightfoot.
I love this.
No such thing as enough Gordon Lightfoot.
No.
2017, Hemo Goblin.
Yeah.
Flo Pesci is in good company there.
All right, well, listen. It's up to you guys. We made our endorsements. Up to you guys. Vote via Twitter at RIZZ Show. We'll let you know who's moving on to the finals tomorrow morning. The final
Oh
for the
man,
Brexit Freak of the Week is next Thursday, 1 week from today.
I'm seeing what the biggest theme was in finals winners, overall winners since 2010. You know what the biggest category as far as winners is?
Doo-doo.
A liquid kind of thing?
See, you say doo-doo,
Incest.
it is incest. With 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 associated in
Yeah.
some way with incest.
There's a little, there's a sprinkle of incest
Yeah,
in
with
Flo
with
Pesci.
Flo Pesci.
Because it was his sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, great point.
Oh,
Great point.
All right, today is December the 5th. Back in the day, 233 years ago, we said goodbye to Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. He died back on this day in 1791, died under mysterious circumstances.
I thought it was a skateboarding
He
accident.
was 35. It was either skateboarding or a kidney infection, is what they're saying.
Skateboarding.
91 years ago, 1933, Prohibition ended at 5:32 p.m. as Utah became the 36th state to ratify the 21st Amendment. That one repealed the ridiculous 18th Amendment that had outlawed all booze for nearly 14 years.
Hey, I will say, as far as Mozart goes, there's a lot of places where you go see Lincoln's childhood home and go see where Eisenhower grew up and all this kind of crap. And usually they're all a big letdown because it's just some random ass
Right.
place in Kentucky or something. The Mozart spot, dope.
Is that Vienna?
No, Salzburg,
Salzburg.
right?
Germany?
No, Austria.
Austria.
Steaks.
It's one of the reasons it's so cool is because his house is right by this badass square and area, and then you go a little bit further, and it's all where Sound of Music was filmed.
Oh,
Whoa.
nice.
And then you have a castle up on top of the hill. There's super cool restaurants and bars all over the place. There's
looks
like
elegant.
this beautiful river, and then his home, and then like this cathedral. It's just like the scene is so cool.
I'm never out that way.
Yeah, next time you're in Salisbury.
Next time I'm out there.
Pop in.
56 years ago, 1968, USC student O.J. Simpson wins the Heisman Trophy. 40 years ago, 1984, Beverly Hills Cop was released. 32 years ago, 1992, Ice Cube's album The Predator debuts at #1
Hell yeah.
on both the pop and R&B charts. He is the first hardcore rapper to do it. That's the one with Check Yourself, and It Was a Good Day.
Yeah, and Predator's a good song, too. Walking, stalking in my big black boots. What song is that? Off that Ice Cube. You remember that?
No, I wasn't really an Ice Cube guy.
That whole album ripped.
Apparently, my kids are.
Oh.
Because there was like 3 Ice Cube songs in the top 10,
Oh, on your
and I didn't listen to them.
playlist.
I was listening to Family Values Tour. What was it, 1998, where it was like Incubus, Ice Cube, Rammstein.
Oh, yeah.
It was so good.
Rammstein?
Rammstein. 31 years ago, 1993, Gin Blossoms songwriter Douglas Hopkins commits suicide at his home in Tempe, Arizona. He was 32. Been fired from the band for the previous year due to his out-of-control boozing. 21 years ago, 2003, Gwyneth Paltrow marries Chris Martin 5 months before giving birth to their daughter Apple. They've since consciously uncoupled. And 16 years ago today, so remember, O.J. won the Heisman 56 years ago. 16 years ago today, O.J. sentenced to 33 years in prison after being convicted of armed robbery and kidnapping. In sports, that's known as a makeup call.
True that.
He wound up getting out in 2017. And he died this year. Was it this year
Yeah,
or last year?
it was this year.
This year. And that's what happened back in the day.
His last words were, "Find the real killer."
Oh, I think it just came. Did it just come out that like one of his buddies said they had a recording of OJ confessing, and they looked into it. They're like, "Nah, it's not true."
Nah.
All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Cordell and Cordell. Don't let divorce take more than it has to. Soundgarden are kind of reuniting. Kim, Matt, Ben, they're all getting back together for charity. They'll be joined by Shania Shepherd singing the parts for Chris Cornell. No relation to Ben Shepherd.
I was about to say, is that Ben Shepherd's daughter? But I guess not.
No,
Who's
she's
Ben
just a
Shepherd?
singer.
They're bassist.
So they're going to do a brief set under the name Nude Dragons at the Smooch Benefit.
Nude Dragons, right?
Nude Dragons.
Nude Dragons.
And so this will help benefit a Seattle Children's Hospital at the Showbox on December 14th. That, you know what? Like, that'd be willing.
So they're
Tickets
going
are probably gone.
they're going to
but
play Soundgarden songs?
They are
Wait,
going to
that's
play
cool.
You being
Soundgarden
serious
songs.
about nude dragons?
Nude Dragons.
Nude
Terrible
Dragons.
name.
So interestingly enough,
Says you.
the
Yeah.
Showbox is where Soundgarden played their first reunion show in 2010 after being split up since 1997. And it was the last time that they were all together doing the I Am the Highway tribute show in 2019 at the
Yo,
Showbox.
granted, and I've said this before, granted, you can't follow up the best band name of all time. But you can't follow it with the worst band name of all time.
Maybe they're being tongue-in-cheek about it.
Yeah, I don't know where Nude Dragons
I don't know
comes
where it
from.
comes
Might some kind of inside joke. Might be some kind
Maybe.
of nod to Chris Cornell, some joke they had on the road or something like that.
Yeah, maybe
called himself that
He
or
was.
Yeah, inside jokes. Those are so fun.
I love an inside joke.
But Soundgarden is the best band name of all
It is a
time.
great
Right.
one.
But they're like, not, are they going to struggle to sell tickets because of the band name?
No, they're
You know
probably
what I mean?
doing
Like
it
they-
secretly.
Yeah, they probably don't have to worry about it too
They
much.
don't have to worry about it. The Offspring singer Dexter Holland has shared his thoughts on AI in the music industry with WeFM. Here he is talking about what he thinks about AI in the music industry.
Okay, here we go.
It is here to stay, right?
Yeah.
I understand that it's very confusing and scary, and like you said, it gives people anxiety. And the technology of it's getting better. Where is that person really saying what I think they're saying, or is that just a projection or something that's not real? And that stuff we're all going to have to sort through. But I think it is here to stay, and I think it will end up being like other kinds of technology where people can use it for good or they can use it for evil, and we're going to have to sort that out.
So those are his thoughts on it. He says, will they ever use AI with the Offspring? He says, maybe. I don't have to be there. I'll be home watching TV. So he's kind of embracing it a little bit. Speaking of impersonations, I saw this come up in my TikTok feed yesterday, and I totally fell for it. I thought that Bono and The Edge from U2 were outside the Bataclan in Paris, playing kind of a pop-up, just acoustic, them two outside of this venue show. And I was like, oh my God. And I kind of scrolled past it. I was like, that's kind of crazy. Like
Like
U2.
busking?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
Dude.
And do you have the audio for this?
Yeah.
Play this. But it's not even about the audio. It's about the visual of these guys.
These guys, see if you can pull it up. I'll play the audio.
The video is, the look is spot on.
It is.
And the
It's-
audio is close enough where you're like,
That's you too.
if you told me it was
Yeah.
them, I go, oh, wow, cool.
Because the,
That's how I
the
felt.
combo of the guy that kind of looks like Bono and the guy that looks like The Edge.
Yes.
You're like, and then throw in decent vocals.
Dude, it's like a deep fake in real life. It's crazy.
Or do you feel the same? Will I make it easier on you now? You've got someone to blame. You say one love,
If I told you this was you too, you'd believe me.
one life,
The only thing
I'd believe you.
that was a sign that it wasn't is he botched the chord there going
And that's where I was kind of like, it doesn't sound amazing.
in. This guy sounds, for looking identically to Bono, he sounds close enough where you're like,
Yeah.
dang, buddy.
You're out.
It's
You would
so
think-
You would
fun.
think.
That is, I saw the picture. They're spot on.
Well,
It's crazy.
It's also stirred up controversy in Paris because they claim that they were really the band. So the Bataclan, as you remember, is where 89 people were killed during that terrorist attack during the Eagles of Death Metal show in 2015. And U2, they were actually in Paris at the time rehearsing for their show at an arena. And so the fake band tried to enter the Bataclan before covering those U2 hits out in front. Now,
awesome.
an employee for the venue says, quote, they introduced themselves as U2 before admitting that it was a joke. In the meantime, they performed a song in front of the hall on the sidewalk. This is a joke in very bad taste that probably went beyond them and to which we do not wish to give more attention than it deserves. Obviously, we're talking about it here in St. Louis, but I scrolled by it yesterday and it wasn't like a headline TikTok about this. I
Right.
just thought it was them.
Dude, this
Dude,
is
it's
crazy.
crazy.
If somebody told
Dude,
you,
you're showing me that's like, where you two, that's Boner in the Ledge.
I will say
Doesn't he
that-
look like Bono?
he
Like,
does.
he
It just looks
does.
like he's had,
And the guy that's
I'm
supposed to be
Bono.
The Edge.
Did you say Bono? No.
the edge is
Boner.
even closer. The edge guy's even closer.
it's crazy. Anyway.
Dude, that is. Oh,
And
it's-
people are taking
they're-
pictures
they're
as
all
if
filming.
it's you too.
Yeah, they thought it was them.
These cats are never. They made a pact like never break, never tell anybody.
God, I would if I walked by, I'd be like, oh my God, it's you too.
I know.
With
Crazy.
Billy Corgan.
Yes.
Jessica Biel might be tired of helping Justin Timberlake heal his self-inflicted wounds. The not always reliable, but very salacious. Radar Online says Jessica and Justin are on a marital break right now.
Damn it.
And so she might be going to one or two of his shows. She's willing to support him, but privately, she's relieved to have some space that she can take stock, catch up on their own projects, see people. Emotionally, it's a great relief to get away from all the drama that he's been a part of lately.
He just seems insufferable.
Wait, that's
if
what
you
he's,
ask
that's
me.
what she's saying.
No, that's what Radar Online is saying with a source.
Justin Timberlake just seems like an insufferable guy.
I think he's having a midlife crisis. Is really what's going on. The DUI,
Why do you
the
think he sings
hand-holding,
this?
I don't know, I just
cheating
get the vibe.
scandal,
Get the vibe.
I just got that. Listen, I got a
The
tingle in my
hand-holding
dingle.
cheating
catch
scandal.
a
What was
vibe.
that?
That happened a couple years ago. He was on set of a movie, and there was speculation that he cheated on Jessica Biel. Anyway, hope they're doing all right. TV news, more than after 20 years, The Simple Life's Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie, they're reuniting for a 3-part reunion special that will air on Peacock. It's called Paris and Nicole, The Encore, premiering on December 12th, streaming exclusively on Peacock. Here's a little bit of the trailer for what you can expect.
Okay.
It's been 20 years since the world watched two reality TV icons take on all the complexities of a simple life. Now, Paris and Nicole are reuniting for their next big endeavor.
We decided to turn our famous song, Sana Sana, into an opera.
What?
Sana Sana,
Oh.
Sana Sana, Sana Sana, Sana Sana.
So they return to Arkansas. They're going to visit some old friends. They're part of the show. Nicole will try to gift one of them a self-care vibrator until she finds out that they didn't sell them in the small town.
Well, do you remember when that Simple Life show when Paris Hilton really thought Walmart sold walls?
I've always heard that people hang out at Walmart. Why? I don't know.
What is Walmart? It's like they sell wall stuff?
She's now look. This was you see these interviews from her lately. Like she was on, I think, Call Me Daddy or Call Her Daddy or whatever it is, and talking about how that was just a gimmick. She's not dumb.
Are you talking about Paris?
Yeah.
okay.
Way smarter than
Yeah,
she
She's
okay.
way smarter
Yeah,
than
it's a
she lets
gimmick.
on.
It is,
And she's
man.
had a crazy, weird life.
I used to think that
She's
too,
kinda
man.
cool.
I have seen interviews recently where I'm like, oh, she was trolling.
Yeah.
Before it
She's
was
kinda-
a thing.
I was gonna say before people like really had the balls to do it.
She
because-
leaned in.
Maybe she's smarter now.
Nah, dude. She's one of the first that were like, wait a second.
I'll
I can't
capitalize.
fight this.
Yeah.
I will stop trying to swim upstream and go.
Okay,
with the
I hope
stream.
that's true because somebody can't be that stupid.
She's got two voices.
Tell
She's
me,
got
man.
the one that
She
you will
has
hear in the
baby
Simple
voice,
Life, and then she's
which
got
I
her
don't love.
normal.
That's true.
Her interview's amazing.
She literally
Call Her
set the
Daddy, I think it
blueprint for everyone we talk about. Half the people that make crap on celebrities are literally following the blueprint that she made that doesn't get
Maybe-
she doesn't
I
get
mean-
credit for.
She may have stumbled upon it.
Yeah, I'm not saying she invented it. I'm not saying she's a genius.
She
I'm
leaned
just saying
in.
she's not what you think she is.
When you realize, you're making a lot of money with the shtick, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. All the best to Paris Hilton and the entire Hilton family,
Thank you
by the way.
so much.
Happy holidays, guys.
very
Hey,
kind, man.
speaking of making a
Staying
lot
at
of
Hilton over
money.
the holidays.
Happy holidays, guys.
Speaking of making a lot of money, Pete Davidson recently revealed how much the cast members make on Saturday Night Live. How much do you think the cast members make per episode?
Of SNL? It's
not a lot.
Obviously,
League minimum.
I want to say, I think it's not a ton. I want to say they make a few $100,000 a season. So I don't know what the episodic.
So yeah, let's do that. Let's say salary-wise per season, how much do you think each cast member will make? Give me your,
Each one?
yeah,
Well,
like what do you think they top out at?
Kenan Thompson has to be crushing.
Okay, what do you think he makes every year?
Man,
He-
he probably up
He's
in the
the
2
big-
mils.
Okay.
He makes a couple mil. Are you talking newbies or?
You
This is
talking
the
about the faces
average.
that
So an average season of 18 to 22
200 grand.
episodes. How much cast members make?
200 grand.
You say 200
I
grand?
got a couple. I bet a couple people are kind of tilting it up a little
Yeah,
bit.
some of the veterans.
So yeah,
All right.
I'll say 250 is the average.
I'm going
250,
350.
Okay, and Rafe?
Yeah, I'm going to say the average is around. I think everybody's in the ballpark. I'll go a little lower. I'll say 180.
Well, because I'm sure it's they're not going to pay you.
The reason the show will never go off the air is because it's the talent is so cheap to make because it's not prime time and they don't pay them much when they're on the show, and then they just bank on 1 out of every 20 cast members is going to become a mega star.
Well, your payment is to say you're on the show.
Their payment is your future earnings when
Potential.
you become potential future earnings when you become the next Eddie Murphy or Mike Myers or Kristen Wiig or whoever.
Except for the couple that they try to anchor in, like Thompson.
Yeah, they'll.
I bet you.
But I
he's
bet he
getting
doesn't
paid
make as
something.
much as you guys think.
You don't think so?
Learn.
He says that they make around $3,000 per episode, which would mean the SNL cast members make between $54,000 and $66,000 a year.
Yep,
This is Pete Davidson.
I believe that.
As maybe a first time, like first year on the show, featured player. Not even on the real. Not even in the official count.
Still seems extremely low
It's low. It's so
for
much
New York.
Yeah,
Paying
it's
for
so
those-
much lower than people think because I know people on the, like Michael Bryan was a writer and then a cast member, and he still had like 3 roommates. Jason Sudeikis lived with 2 other cast members when he was on the show towards the end because he said we couldn't afford our own place in
New York
Manhattan.
City's not very affordable.
That's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
it's ridiculous.
Like,
Plus,
but
you got to
would
be
think-
close because you're going to be working 20 hours
Yeah,
a day.
you
You
work
would think when
4
someone's
hours.
on TV and they're a household name in that way that they could afford their own place in Manhattan. And a lot of them have stayed roommates. A lot of the writers live together.
But Davidson also came in there new when SNL was struggling.
Well, they thought he was a raccoon.
So I can imagine-
Threw garbage outside. Like, no, you're actually a human.
So I can imagine he was getting 3,000.
But I've
a
heard
week.
Tracy Morgan talk about that. He said that when he that Lorne Michaels turned him into a millionaire, and ever since he's ever been on SNL, he's always had money because Lorne Michaels has helped coach him the whole way through. So it's an
Interesting.
advantage, but you'll
What
make
is-
money somewhere.
What does
in there.
Thompson make? I wonder.
A lot. And by the way, somebody pointed this out on the
Okay.
on our instant feedback. New Dragons is Soundgarden. It's an anagram.
Oh, I
Dumb.
love it.
It was
The
some
show's
kind of
got it
joke.
all.
Dumb.
It must have been some kind of joke.
Yeah. Anyway, and finally, if you haven't seen it all over social media, which we have, Spotify dropped their annual Wrapped lists yesterday. So did Apple Music. And so Taylor Swift is the most streamed artist for a second year in the row for both the U.S. and around the world. So the most streamed artists, top 5, Kanye West, which I thought was surprising, Morgan Wallen, Zach Bryan, Drake, and Taylor. And then the most streamed podcasts, Riz Show did not make the top 5. However, we have been seeing everybody tag us in your top 5, which is so
Which is
cool.
great. Thank you, guys.
So thank you for that.
Thank you, Riz Show listeners, podcast weirdos.
But here are the top 5 podcasts of the U.S. The Daily, Crime Junkie, This Past Weekend with Theo Vaughn,
Yeah.
Call Her Daddy, and the Joe Rogan Experience is the #1, not only just in the U.S., but global podcast as well. And that is your crap on celebrities.
All right.
Celebrity. Who says? By the way, who did that list?
Spotify.
Yeah, this was a Spotify list.
But Spotify doesn't have to report to anybody. Spotify gets to say what Spotify wants to say.
Well, yeah, take it with a grain then.
Yeah, it's like Netflix. Netflix doesn't share. They just say 60 million people watch
Right,
the new
they don't-
rock movie.
Yeah, they don't have to show their work.
They don't have to
Just
do
take-
anything.
Yeah, we just take it for what they
So you
say.
think somebody's buying that off?
No, who
What do
knows?
you mean?
No, I
They
think
may-
that
maybe.
they get to say whatever they want that helps their marketing machine.
Oh.
Hey, maybe those are true numbers. I
He's
don't
off Spotify now, though. Joe Rogan doesn't have an exclusive deal with them anymore.
May not be exclusive, but they're still paying for them, aren't they?
Don't know.
know. I don't know.
And I'm not saying anything against him. I'm just saying, like, Spotify is crap.
Anyway.
Anyways, celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Conan Gray. I don't know who that is. That's that person is 26. Frankie Muniz.
Why even read that then?
Because they say they have a huge hit, and we're speaking to young folk.
That huge hit is.
Heather.
Conan
He has a
Gray?
song named Heather.
Yes. It's 26. Frankie Muniz is 39. Jessica Pare, that's Mandy in SEAL Team. Also Meagan, the secretary Don Draper falls for in Mad Men in season 5. Remember this? She's 44. Nick Stahl, John Connor in Terminator 3 is 45. Paula Patton is 49. Margaret Cho, friend of the show, is 56. Gary Allen, country singer. I'm sure you guys know.
I know Gary.
Gary Allen is 57.
What's up,
Johnny
Gary?
Resnick from Goo Goo Dolls is 59. Jack Russell of the dog variety,
No, he has passed,
He
by
has
the
passed,
way.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Jack Russell.
great
from
white singer, would have been 64, I guess. Brian Backer, the Mark Ratner in Fast Times at Ridgemont High is 68. Morgan Brittany is 73 from Dallas. Jim Messina from Loggins in Messina is 77. And Jose Carreras, the thinnest of the 3 tenors, is 78 years old.
By the way, speaking of Jim Messina, you got to watch that Yacht
I
Rock
know.
documentary.
But I want to watch
So
it.
good.
Kenny Loggins is all over it.
No, but I want to watch it where I don't have to stop it.
Yeah, I've had to watch it in increments.
Michael McDonald is a national treasure.
I know.
He is.
I know.
St. Louis.
St. Louis' own.
Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Rachel Moore. And today's birthday girl has been in 70 fine films, including The Butterface Pageant.
I got work for you, darling. Yeah, well, it's called the Butterface Pageant, but guess what? You win in the end.
Oh, okay.
Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap 5, The Four Finger Club 13, Fresh Meat 10, Pile Drive Me, Say Aloha to My A-Hola, Slap Happy 1.
Wait.
Can you
Say
that
aloha
again?
to my ahola.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah, we get that.
That's
one.
fun.
Spank Those Bitches 3, and who can forget a role in 2006's Learn's favorite,
Yes.
Follow the Yellow Old Stream 4.
You want to talk about Wicked? Yeah. Follow this.
Rachel Moore is 43 years old. It's born a birthday. Those are your happy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll chat with Meagan Schreider, our Cancun contest trip winner who had the baby down in Mexico, and her harrowing tale. All right, welcome back to the program. Don't forget to get your tickets for Punk Rock Christmas this weekend.
punkrockchristmas.com. We got the videos and ticket info up on the website, or you can just go to thepageant.com. Pardon me, 3 p.m. and an 8 p.m. show. You know, last year we had a full house, so we decided to do the matinee show like we did at Punk Rock Disney this year. But tickets, there's plenty of tickets available. I'd like to sell at least one of these shows out, please.
Well, and it's great for the kids. Great first concert experience.
But like Punk Rock Disney is like, you know, family and like real kid heavy. This is a party. This is a party. It's a family friendly party.
Yes.
But these last couple of years, it's been, a lot more. There's not as many kids as you would think as like Disney or something like that. It is just a fun party. You'll know everything. You'll sing along. It's just a giant sing along for 90 minutes. Clownvis is hosting and emceeing, and it's the holiday party. If you're gonna go to anything. Yeah. Go to this, 3 p.m. and 8 p.m., punkrockchristmas.com.
Or get your tickets at the pageant.com.
Yes.
Thepageant.com. Hey, speaking of kids, I got a new mom on the phone. Megan, you
Good
there?
morning.
Good morning. Hello. Megan, how are you?
Hola.
Much better now that we're all home.
Yeah, I bet.
Wow.
All right, so this is Megan Schreider. Now, Megan, you won a trip from the Riz show. It was I think it was Cinco de Rizzo. We gave away a trip to Cancun, Mexico. This year, and congratulations, you and your fiance Nick, the winners.
Yes.
Big trip to Cancun. And what was gonna be, and what do they call it, Lauren? The a baby moon?
Baby moon.
Turned into. Would you call it a nightmare, Megan?
Yeah. I mean, I really wouldn't wish it on anyone else. So yeah, I would say it's a nightmare.
All right, so let's go through this. So you win the trip. You win the trip for us, and you're going to take the trip in August, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so how pregnant were you in August?
I was 27 weeks. I just entered my third trimester.
Okay. So you get this trip to Mexico. We're going to send you down there for how many days? 3 days?
We had 3 days, and then we added another 2 days.
Okay, so you're going to stay 5 days.
Yep.
You're in your third trimester, just at the beginning of your third trimester. Now, you clear it with your doctor, correct?
I did.
And your doctor was like, all good to go.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. She said, have fun.
You're doing everything right. You're not drinking too much coffee. You're not having sushi. You're doing everything right.
That's correct. They take all the fun stuff away from you, except for, I guess, you guys were talking about toad venom. Maybe I was still taking the toad venom.
Do not do toad venom, Megan.
She
You're
did
a
not do
mother.
toad venom.
Do not go to Mexico to do toad venom.
No, you go to
did not.
Minnesota for that.
So, did you have any inkling, like, maybe I shouldn't go? Your guy Nick was like, it'll be fine. What was going through your mind? Did you think anything was going to happen?
No. Actually, Nick's here with me.
Oh, hi, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
I'm here too. Hey,
Hey,
guys.
Nick.
Hey, man.
I think I may have one-off made the joke. Like, I think if he's born there, he might be a Mexican citizen.
Right.
Yeah.
And then that was about it. We talked to the doctor. Everything was good. I didn't really think about it after that.
And Megan, the pregnancy had gone great so far, right? No problems?
No problems. It was, honestly, being pregnant was great.
Yeah. Your son had different plans. He saw this as an opportunity. He was like, I want to be cool as hell. I want to have dual citizenship.
Yeah.
I'm going to born myself out in Mexico.
In Mexico. So you get to the resort. So you go to the resort. Was it a nice place?
Oh, my goodness. It was gorgeous. I loved it. I'm sad I didn't get to stay my extra 2 days.
Of course we'd send you to a great place.
do that in this show.
We're shows. I mean, only the finest resorts.
Yeah, we're great. Let's turn this into.
Yeah, let's be all about us.
So you get to the resort, and the first day's fine. You're relaxing. Second day's fine. So tell me, at what point did things start going sideways for you guys?
So we got up on that third day. It was the Wednesday in between there. We had gotten up, got ready, excited to go to breakfast, and Nick pushed the elevator button, and I felt a pop, and my water head broke.
Oh.
And I tried to stay calm, and I'm like, I'm 27 weeks. It can't be that.
Yeah.
So we called the OB back in the States, and she was like, yeah, your water did broke.
I have audio of that, actually.
Oh.
That happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
There it is. That was the elevator.
Going down.
We could laugh now.
We can.
Splash
Everything's
pad elevator.
Did you guys bang out the night before? Anything that would have triggered it since you were on vacation and feeling lovely?
Great question, Rafe.
Nice.
Yeah, I like to ask the real questions. Nick, be honest.
Nick?
Did you, where you're like, we're on vacation, honey, we got to,
She was trying to ride the ATV, and I was like, no, we're not.
Now, is that the nickname for your penis?
Yeah.
An ATV.
ATV.
Goodness,
Off the
dude.
record.
Off the record.
His ATP.
Hell
This is an
yeah.
all-terrain vehicle, baby.
This is the ATV, baby, available to vagina. Nick, stop saying that. We're at dinner.
Okay, so you hit the button. You hit the button going down, and then your water breaks, and I'm sure, oh, my God, there's panic.
Yeah.
So Nick, what do you do?
Well, luckily we had the room right by the elevator.
Yeah.
So we ran back to the room, and it was 9 a.m., so her doctor at home was opening.
Yeah.
And we just started dialing that number, as many times until we could get through. And then, I don't know, a couple of calls in, it kind of hit me. I was like, we might need to go home immediately.
Yeah.
So then I start running around the room,
Packing.
throwing stuff in the suitcases, and we're trying to figure out what to do there.
So did you get a hold of the doctor here?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, we did. And, yeah, she reconfirmed that I was not getting on a plane and that I was going directly to the hospital.
Right.
God.
How did you feel with that news? Were you like, are you bilingual? Could you speak Spanish? I mean, how did you feel?
I tried to stay calm, and then when she said we were going to the emergency room, then panic set in, because I had just read a story prior to going down about some girls down there partying and getting held hostage at the hospital.
Oh.
Wow.
So,
Nice. And here you are,
set in.
new mom, pregnant, water breaking early, about to head to the hospital. Did your doctor recommend a hospital? Did they call ahead for you? Did you call the resort and they're like, we'll get an ambulance out here? What was the next steps?
So she gave me a resort, but when we got back home to the States, she had told me that the office was in panic, and the only way they knew of a hospital is because they kept Googling it and just didn't tell me. But they did find a hospital with a NICU that was private and sent us there. And, yeah, I ran through the hotel crying and feeling terrible for the guests, thinking I was ruining their vacation.
Right.
And
How did you feel? Were you in a lot of pain? Were you having contractions?
Not at first, no. It was more just panic. Like, this is not happening. I am not having a baby in Mexico.
So how do you get to the hospital? Is it an ambulance or did you call a driver? How'd you get there?
Donkey?
Golf cart?
Donkey, yeah. No, the resort got us a taxi, and we just kept, get there fast, but don't drive crazy.
No.
But yeah, we got there by taxi.
Now, I've never been to a Mexican hospital before, knock on wood. So is it the same kind of intake as an American hospital where, you got to fill out paperwork? And I know this is where problems started with you guys, because we had talked up at a Hot Shots a couple months ago. But
Yeah.
they didn't accept your insurance.
No, what they wanted is a guarantee of payment. So until they were insured that our insurance was going to pay them, we had to pay all of the care up front.
Damn.
Do you mind saying that number?
They kept pulling me to the side. They asked me to like get in touch with insurance so that they could confirm that they would get paid.
Yeah.
And then up to that point, they kept pulling me to the side, like as her care progressed and she needed something more, they pulled me over. And by the time, like the ER, ultrasound, everything, I think to the C-section, it was around $20,000.
Oh, my
$20,000. And before they were guaranteed payment, they wouldn't even see you, Meagan?
They were not in a hurry to provide care until they had payment. They actually they had the OR ready, but they wouldn't take me up for my C-section until Nick paid for the C-section.
Escucha, señor. No dinero, no niño.
Nick.
Wait. So what did your insurance company? Did you call the insurance company? Like, hey, we're here at the hospital in Mexico. What did they say?
I just told them it was an emergency and they needed to get in contact with them as quickly as possible.
And did they?
It was pretty frantic.
Oh yeah.
Well, of course they answered after we paid for a C-section.
Oh, so you wound up having to shell out the money first.
Yeah, up until the C-section. So after the C-section, all of the care went directly to insurance, so we no longer had to hand over every card we had.
So, but you did have to pay up front, and the insurance company did not front you the money at first.
No, they had to do the paperwork before they would give us money.
That's
they're supposed
wild.
to be covering it, but we're still waiting for them to go.
Is that why you named him Ledger? You were keeping track of all the money that you spent on him right up front?
Yep.
So did you have cash on hand to give him, or they took credit card?
Nick had just gotten a notice that they'd upped his limit on his credit card, and thank goodness they did. I don't know what would have happened.
Holy smokes.
Jeez.
So Nick, have you guys seen Seth Meyers' comedy special called Lobby Baby, where he delivers his wife's baby in a lobby?
I may have. I don't remember.
Okay, you would have remembered it. Because in my head, if I were the father in this situation, I'm like, I'm going to have to deliver this baby myself.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like you're on the phone with stupid insurance. The Mexican hospital is waiting. Everybody's kind of not in panic mode. As a father, I would have been like, I'm ready to do this.
And you're putting him to the test. I can imagine you sit there and go, well, fine. We'll be out in the lobby.
Yeah.
When you start hearing crying, we'll see if you come running over.
At the same time, this is a baby that's coming very early.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a very sensitive situation. Wow.
I never got to that point where I was like, we're, lowered or we're going to leave, but I definitely thought we were going to live in Mexico for a couple of months.
Yeah.
I think that's what was going through my head. I kind of pictured a newborn infant on a Southwest flight in the first row, and I'm like, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
At least if you had to live in Mexico, you were in a super nice place, courtesy of Hubbard Radio.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so they get the hospital gets their payment. You max out your credit card. You're taken to the OR. The baby's delivered. And how big was the baby?
He was 2.2 pounds, so he was itty bitty.
Tiny. So
Tiny.
Little Ledger comes. He's 2.2 pounds. Now the baby has got to stay there because
he's still developing.
Yeah, he was on a lot of support. So he had premature lungs, so he had to be on a respirator. And at that size, they can't regulate body temperature. He needed specialized feeding, and so he was hooked up to everything.
And did you feel pretty good about the equipment and the care and everything? I mean, you said that your doctors found this particular private hospital. You felt pretty good. You felt comfortable the entire time.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of knowledge on NICU, so I was like, it seems right.
Yeah.
And they honestly cared very much about making sure he was okay. So I think that gave a lot of reassurance that we're fine, we'll be fine. But they did suggest that we have him airlifted home. That's when we got nervous.
Wow.
Okay, so they are like, we recommend you get him out of here, get him back to the States. Now here's
Yes.
the problem. How?
Yeah.
It's not like you could take Ledger with you on a Southwest flight to St. Louis.
Babies need passports.
Well, not just
Yeah.
that, but it's a very delicate. We need to like get a medical transport
Sure.
from that country to this country. So how did that
Yeah.
process start?
So we were able to organize in like 24 hours, which is amazing. But we actually called the travel agent that booked it for you guys. She knows my mother-in-law. And so they started using their connections, which then just kept webbing out to my work, started making phone calls and with their connections. And next thing I know, it is now being sent to like Missouri, like legislation. And I mean, at one point I heard it had moved up to a federal level. I was not involved in those phone calls,
Right.
but
Wow.
Yeah, and
so
you
it just kind of,
you just had the baby, so you're obviously worrying about your son.
yeah,
You just had the baby. All this stuff is going on behind the scenes.
yep.
It's gone kicked up to different levels of government now because we're dealing with international stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So what wound up being the story?
So, we did end up getting a medical evacuation arranged. And then in regards to being able to get him out of Mexico, we first got a Mexican birth certificate. And then technically you're supposed to get like a birth abroad or an emergency passport. There was so much work that had to be done to be able to obtain that. It's like a 4-hour drive. Myself and the baby had to be present. So
Your baby who's in the NICU at the hospital.
Right.
yeah,
Had to go 4 hours
It makes sense.
And a taxi probably or an Uber.
to go
That was
fill out
donkey.
paperwork.
Yeah, that was the donkey.
To go fill out paperwork.
Yeah.
yeah. So we had a little bit of help, and we kind of bypassed that step of getting him up to the U.S. consulate. We were able to have an individual make some phone calls for us and got us home
Well, that's good.
through communicating with Border Patrol.
Wow.
So was it the military that got you guys out of there?
It was not. It was just a medical evacuation team. Now, the individuals do look like they were ex-military, though.
Okay.
They were big, buff men.
Big burly guys, to get
Yes.
your 2.2 pound kid out of there.
Yeah. I kind of still envision of them running up to the NICU and, like, kicking in the door and being like, give me that baby.
Hell yeah. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
So how long was
Yeah.
when you got on it was a helicopter, I assume?
It was a small plane.
Okay, so how long did it take and where did y'all land?
We were able to make it to Lambert. So, what's it, like 2.5 hours or so?
Wow.
So, yeah, we landed out there in the tarmac at Lambert.
Dang, okay. Well, that's a heck of a flight. Yeah, I was wondering, did they throw you in New Orleans or down
How
in
many-
Florida or
Dallas or
something?
something?
How
Yeah.
many days after Ledger was born were you able to get out of there?
4 days.
4 days.
Phew.
Wow.
You're lucky. That could have been a long time.
That could
Yeah.
have been a long time. So from Lambert, he went down to Children's Hospital,
Yes, you did.
and everything's okay now. Ledger's home.
He's home, yes.
Oh, it's so
Congratulations.
Welcome home.
Yeah, congratulations.
So
Hey,
great.
in the States, I swear, like every hospital, they all have the same baby blankets, the thing with like the little green and the pink stripe, you know what I'm talking about? Did he get a sweet Mexican hospital blanket
Right?
or what? Like a little miniature drug rug, you know what I mean?
That's what I want to envision too. Adorable.
We got beautiful little artwork. That's what we got.
I bet. I mean, this sucks and what a nightmare.
Put them in a warm tortilla.
But like years from now,
Sounds
what
like a burrito.
what a cool thing. I'm so happy for you guys that it all everything worked out. But like, I don't know, man. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, his birth story is pretty kick-ass.
Yeah. So
Pretty cool,
is he a dual citizen?
He is a dual citizen, yes.
Get out, man. That's awesome.
So is your family questioning that you gave birth to a Mexican?
Nick's friend did think that when we told him we have a Mexican son that maybe mom was fooling around.
Hey, so go back for a second. What day of the vacation was this? This is day 3?
Day 3, yeah.
Day 3.
What was the most memorable thing that happened prior to that? On day 1 and 2, did you do anything special?
Oh, no. I just sat at the beach and sat at the pool, which is the best kind of vacation.
Yeah, it is.
Perfection.
Yeah, it is. I was just wondering if you even remembered it. Like, after something like this happens, like, man, what a blur. What a blur.
Well,
I remember up until that water breaking, and then after that, I think, those hormones kick in and try to make you think that it's not so bad.
Yeah, go time.
Did you,
Yeah.
I don't want to backtrack too much, but I'm curious, like, that flight, insurance pay, you weren't on the hook for that flight, were you?
I mean, insurance did help arrange it, but we haven't gotten a bill for that yet. We did ask the team, oh my gosh, do you have any idea what we're going to be paying for this? And they're like, well, if you're on my plane, something's been taken care of already. But they had said
Great.
a lot of their flights are from Dubai and Guam, and they said the most expensive flight was $250,000.
oh,
Nice. Nice.
well, I'm glad everybody's home. And how's little Ledger? Everything's all right?
He's great. He's on a little bit of oxygen, but he is doing amazing.
That's awesome. Tell him we said hola.
Yes, tell me.
We want to meet him one day when he's ready to come out to a Riz Show event.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, bring him out.
Absolutely, I'll bring him out.
Well, that's a crazy story, and I'm glad everybody's okay. And God, just I was hearing about this as it was all going on, and from a trip that was supposed to be a fun, hey, right before we have the kid,
Right.
Yeah.
last
Wild.
hurrah.
Yeah.
It's a wild story. But,
So wild.
but guys, thanks for sharing with us, and have a great holiday.
Yeah, welcome home.
As new parents.
Welcome home, mijo.
Yeah, congrats, you guys.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, there is Meagan and Nick and their story.
Ledger's parents.
Ledger's
right.
parents, the Cancun getaway that went sideways.
Ledger, the future Team Riz miembro.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, we should make him an honorary Team Riz member.
We should. Littlest amigo.
Team Resume Embryo, is that what you said?
Miembro.
Yeah. That's a crazy story. And I remember hearing about it as they were still in Mexico. Somebody told me. And I was like, oh, my God.
Dude, oh, man.
Especially after, you have a first kid. And I remember when my wife was pregnant with my son, it's like every little thing. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Everything okay?
Yeah.
Is the baby okay? Do you worry about everything?
We tend to assume everything is third world country or whatever. Some of those hospitals down there, especially major metropolitan area like that, I bet you they're pretty nice.
I hope so, but I don't know.
Pretty wonderful.
I don't know. You think you're in Mexico? Who knows where you're going?
Yeah, you're gonna hit or miss, but there's definitely some fancy ones down there.
Yeah, there's 5 hospitals.
She said a private hospital, too.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, there's
celebrities
that sounds like
travel
it was
down there
an
to the
upscale
hospitals.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's 5 hospitals right there on the main strip.
I'd be less worried about the care he was getting and more about what the cost was going to be. That's what's insane.
Yeah, medical, no matter what country it is
Yeah.
Yeah, but when
enormous cost.
when you're there, cost is not an issue. You're not worried about the cost. You're just worried about the care for your kid.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm saying, if you're in a country where there's not an acute care act, there's an acute care act here, you can't deny medical care to anybody. If they walk through the doors of a hospital.
Right. They're like, you pay us.
They're like, we'll treat you, but you have to pay us. And that's what I mean by the cost. That's where it does become front and center, where you can't put it on a shelf and say, I know this is going to cost a ton of money, but I can't think about that right now. You literally have to come up with the money.
Yeah, we had a friend who he's drum teching for a pretty big band. Band's still going. They were in Brazil, and he broke his leg. He was drum teching. He broke his leg. Ended up waking up in a hospital. The band had to move on. Woke up in the hospital. Had no money. Had no insurance. They had his leg wrapped in a trash bag, and he was in a second-rate room. And they set his leg and kind of did something, but they didn't fix it. They didn't do the surgeries that they were supposed to, that they normally would have done. By the time he got back to the U.S., he was completely broke and has a permanent limp. His leg is mangled, bro. Mangled because they, like you said, whatever that act is, They did the
Bare minimum.
minimum because that's all that he could afford.
All right. Well, listen, we got to take a break. We'll come back. We got some of your emails. And have you guys heard of zebra striping?
No.
Oh, the gum?
Zebra striping can keep you sober at your holiday party. I'll explain what that's all about.
Years ago, when you
We have our holiday party coming up on the 19th?
Yeah.
Okay. The Hubbard St. Louis holiday party.
Yes.
Dude.
Guys, people are excited.
I am too. I am too.
I've been berating people in the hallways, making sure they're getting their hubby's ballots
I
in.
got to do my superlatives thing. I will get that in.
I did one
When's that
yesterday.
due?
Turned mine in
Monday.
yesterday.
Oh,
I
it's due
saw you
Monday.
looking at me.
Okay.
Anna has it.
If everyone on this show doesn't turn their superlatives...
No, I will.
Moon already turned his in.
How do you know?
Because you're working on it Monday.
Yeah, I did that. I
Okay.
dut put my name on it, though.
No, don't put
You're
your
not supposed
name
to put
on
your
it.
You got me
name
on
on it.
camera or
it's
something?
anonymous. Yeah.
I will turn mine in. I promise you.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about
I
it.
just want to put this out over the airwaves because speaking of holiday parties, I have holiday party written in my calendar for December 12th, and I can't figure out what the hell I'm
He
talking
doesn't
about.
know what that is.
I've called around. I've looked in all my emails.
Was that last year?
I don't know if I thought our holiday party was the 12th or I just wrote it down wrong, or if someone hired me to do their holiday party and I am not going to show up.
Hey, if you have Rafe booked for your holiday party December 12th,
Please email me immediately.
Yeah, because he doesn't know what's going on. CognitiveDecline.com.
Yes, go to rafehascognitivedecline.com. I just basically mementoed myself all day yesterday, being like, what freaking party is this?
Was that our holiday party last year?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Where was
Let's
it
see.
last
It's a new
year?
book, though, right? That's not
it was
like a 2-year.
downstairs.
Maybe you're coming out to visit me at Planet Fitness on December 11th. Maybe that's what you... Maybe that's
no.
No, that's not it.
Okay.
Pretty exciting.
Well,
I mean, I will, but that's not it.
That's not it. The last year our party was downstairs at El Blanco, which was great. It's fine. Nice little spread there. Now you've heard this idea, but maybe not the name for it. Zebra striping might be a good strategy for your next holiday party because it can keep you from getting too drunk.
Okay.
It's when you alternate between alcohol and non-alcoholic drinks, much like a zebra stripes alternate from black to white. Kind of
God.
dumb name, but it's all right.
It's just, you've gone so far now that you had to name something and you picked a long name. You're taking too much time out of life thinking about these things.
This isn't, you have a drink, then your next drink is water or soda or something else with no booze in it. So,
Don't do
so you
soda.
can't have two drinks in a row.
Don't do soda. If there was ever a mistake, even in
Yeah,
the
it's
days.
because you're adding sugar.
Yeah, you're just sugaring up. You're going depressant, stimulant, depressant, stimulant. Like, what are you? You're asking for a headache.
And it'll add to your hangover.
Yeah, dude, that's dummy time. Just drink straight booze if you're gonna be stupid.
I got hammered drunk. It's the last time I ever did Jaeger at the Emma's Christmas party in 2012 or 2011.
And you were drinking soda?
No. I was doing Jaeger bombs with
Jägermeister.
everybody.
Oh.
And it was awful. And so I would have needed this advice.
Well, this forces you to drink less because your stomach stays full. It also keeps you hydrated.
Yeah, you do water for just one water for every drink.
It could also be a good tip for people who tend to sip nervously when they're out in social situations.
Soda, you're legitimately asking for a headache.
I think they've proven though also don't use this as a driving.
Don't.
Because I think they've proven that drinking that much water actually thins your blood because you get more water content in your blood.
It's not an excuse to drink and drive.
Oh
No, because I've had people just do that, be like, yeah, I do one on, one off, and then I'm good. I'm not drinking as much, and by the end of the night,
No,
I'm
this
like
is
it cancels it.
yeah,
This is to prevent you from being hammered.
I know.
This is not a.
I'm
cancel.
saying don't misinterpret this because I've heard it be misinterpreted this way very often. And I think they've proven that the water thins your blood and you might actually get more drunk and have a higher blood alcohol content, which might also, maybe you will get more hammered doing this. I don't know.
Well, I was reading this whole thing.
You might be right.
There was an etiquette expert, and these are mistakes people make at their company holiday party that could get them in big trouble. So first thing is, she says, even if you'd rather be somewhere else, you should not skip out on the holiday party. I preach that every year. I'm like, you're all going. You're all going.
I'm not going.
It's definitely noticed when you're not there.
What do you mean? Oh, like from the people
From
that
the
run.
people,
yeah.
Don't tell me it's not. It is.
Well, yeah.
It is amazing that some shows, though, every year, none of them ever show up to this.
Although you might prefer to spend some time somewhere else, the etiquette experts explained that attending these events is an extension of your professional brand. It's mandatory festivities or mandatory fun because it shows that you're engaged with your company. It's telling your boss you care about your position and wherever you work and you're a team player.
And if you
It
can just
sucks that it's that way, but it is.
make the best out of it. It's also a personal goal. I can have fun anywhere. And you give me free food and a drink and the possibility of winning
But
something.
the whole forced fun thing, I understand. But it's part of it.
Find a different way to look at it.
Be mindful of how much you're drinking. She says another thing to watch out for is how much you drink. Even if everybody else is, including your boss, is indulging. She says it's not the right time to get drunk and lose your credibility because you still have to go to work on Monday. Mm-hmm. Holiday parties are still considered company time, so you should always remain aware of your professional reputation.
So stay clocked in.
Don't feel pressure to drink. Don't be the first to leave.
Man, one of my favorite memories, and again, we go back to the MS Christmas party because it was a ish show. It was always on a Wednesday. It was in the evening, and things would be crazy. And I just remember Jamie Lambert who worked with us in production, and he was the DJ each year at the old Rock House. And one of our HR directors would request Pee Control from Prince, and that song is completely vulgar, and everybody would come out onto the dance floor.
When it's HR requesting it.
Yeah, hell yeah. It was awesome.
Again, don't be the first to leave is what this etiquette expert says too. Or don't overstay your welcome. So she says it's best not to rush out the door at a corporate holiday party. Leaving too early can make you look like you're eager to get out, which doesn't leave a great impression. If you get there and you leave 20 minutes later, people are going to notice. However, she also said you shouldn't overstay your welcome. For example, if the event ends at 9, you've stayed too long if you're there at 10. Mm-hmm. If you'd like to continue partying,
go to Nadine's.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Nadine's was the place down in Soulard. There's another place that we'll be going to after. The after party's already been established.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. Guess I'm not invited to
Nope.
that.
Well, you're not cool enough.
I guess not.
Make sure to mix and mingle.
Yeah.
When attending the holiday party, use the opportunity to build on existing relationships and meet maybe some new people.
Oh.
Shouldn't be sitting.
Yeah, that's right. Those
Get up
people,
there, mix and mingle.
we don't recognize some names on the list that came out. Maybe we go try to find those people. Mm-hmm. Introduce ourselves.
Well, now
Excuse
don't
me.
make it weird.
Is there anybody
You
named?
saying that made it weird.
Well, it is weird.
You work here.
We should know these
Come
people.
on, you've been confessing to knowing less than half of the office
But
since
that's
I've
me.
known
I'm
you.
looking out for you guys.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Look out for yourself.
Okay.
We should do name tags.
I agree. I love it. We should do name tags just in life.
I agree.
I can't tell you how often I have to find a way to find a name.
Name tags. And by the way, what side does your name tag go on?
Over my
Left.
heart.
No, your right side.
Why?
That's the hand. You shake hands with that side.
Well, then now you're creasing it with your big flab arm.
You should go on the right side of your shoulder to follow the line of the side of a handshake.
God, that does make sense.
It makes sense,
Go
right?
open?
I never thought of that.
I never thought of that either. It just doesn't feel right, but it is
But it
right.
makes sense.
Yeah.
It follows the we shake hands. I'm looking at your shoulder. Oh, Bill.
That makes
Hi.
sense.
Hello.
Hello. All right, let's get to some emails. Rizzo1057thepoint.com.
Emails are brought to you by Kloss Furniture. Lowest prices guaranteed. We have something for everybody. Hello, gents and lady.
Hello.
I want to ask you a question. I asked my boss today for an I'm burnt out day off. She said, please do and take a few more. I feel wrong asking her today off in that way. I haven't taken a vacation in over 10 years. I have 17 weeks built up. I saved it in case
17 weeks.
I saved it in case, God forbid, I get sick. Am I wrong for building this time up? Love the show. Love Learn especially. That hysterical laugh brings me smiles. Have a great day.
Okay, two things. Number one, use your time off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude.
Use your time off.
Maybe you should say that to yourself.
I'm taking 2.5 weeks off at the end of the year.
I'm talking about throughout the rest of the year as well.
And I will roll over some days, which is fine. I plan on next year. I have like 25 days off.
Yeah, you need to do something with yourself. Please.
It's fine. It's fine. But let's for this guy here. This guy. What's his name?
I
don't see a
don't
name
have
tag.
it down. Might be a gal.
Jeff
Yeah.
C.
Use your time. Don't leave anything on the table. Yes, I'm a hypocrite in saying that. That's fine. But I'm looking out for you.
Haven't taken a vacation in over 10 years. Has 17 weeks built up. I understand, but don't live in fear. You're missing out. You're you know what I mean? Like, go live it up, bro.
4 weeks in a month. So you know what? If I were this person, I would just go on a sabbatical.
You can't take 17 weeks off.
You earned it. You just said take what you earned.
Yeah, but a company's not going to allow that.
I would allow it, and I would love to do it. I want to go on a retreat that's like a couple months long where I'm just by myself.
You can't. The company will never allow that.
And I get my crap together. I think that's what this guy should do.
I worked at a
You're talking
spot.
about ayahuasca again.
I'm in Peru, dude.
I worked at a spot, and the guy was kind of similar to this, where he had, ages of vacation days. And so the company forced him. They started, for the whole year, pretty much, they're like, okay, every Friday, you're taking a vacation day. And so he was only working 4 days a week because he had so much vacation time. And
yeah, maybe do that.
You're burnt out,
if you
buddy.
accrue it, and you can keep rolling it over, you could retire like 2 years early on vacation time, and that'd be sick.
If you accrue, you must do.
That's right.
Yeah. You could just be like, guess what, guys? Like, you get to retire in 3 years. Be like, you're wrong. I get to retire next Friday because I have 300 weeks of vacation saved up. Paid.
On.
And then you just
Paid time
ride
off.
it into the hook, dude. You're on paid vacation for 3 years, and then your retirement kicks in, and you're a boss.
So I can't imagine. I wonder if this person can roll all the time off, because we can't roll everything over.
Yeah.
Like, we can only
we're
roll
limited.
Depends on companies.
We can only roll a certain amount of time.
Well, it seems like
over.
they've been rolling for some time. 10
maybe
years,
he needs to transfer to California before the company decides to get rid of that.
Take the time.
You just said
Enjoy yourself.
you want to take a I'm burnt out day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you haven't taken a vacation day in 10 years. Why do you think you might be burned out?
Take a vacation. Next.
Whenever it works.
What's up, Learn?
What's up?
And
Find out
boys?
where it works.
I may have been 17, but I did something horrible. I had lifted Jeep, and during a snowy week, my friends and I went for a cruise through the neighborhood across from my house, having fun drive through the snow. Then I saw a family of snowmen made on the corner house lawn. I ran over all 3 snowmen for fun. Thought it was rebel and rad. Ha ha.
Who's clapping at?
This is not good.
Who's clapping at that?
But now I've got 3 kids, and I cannot imagine how I would feel to see tire tracks through my snowman family. I'm true trash. I'm a true trash panda, and I'm sorry, but it's far too late.
I love a confession.
I, for one, don't think it's far too late. And
Is
yeah,
this- is
I
this-
do like confession emails on the Riz Show.
Is this somebody looking for
Redemption.
Absolution?
absolution? Well, I absolve you from. So go home and say 5 Harry Marys, and you're good.
In the mirror. You got to say them in the mirror, though. You got to look at yourself in the mirror.
5 Harry Marys, and you're good.
Dude, you know what you needed to do? This is your penance here. You need to go back to that yard. When the first snowfall just crushes down on St. Louis this year, you and your children, you go over to that yard. I don't care who lives there now. Hopefully it's the same people, but if it's not, whatever. And you build 3 big, just
Damn straight.
amazing, like TV show, pristine snowmen. That way when that family, which hopefully is the same family that you destroyed their Christmas when you were a 17-year-old child, they all of a sudden wake up and there's a family of snowmen. Just bam, right there.
Put wings and a halo on them like they came back from the dead.
I had a buddy that
Ghost
it snowed a lot where we were growing up, and he took his Dodge Neon. Remember those cars?
Oh,
I used
yeah.
to have
Hi.
one.
You had a Dodge Neon?
Oh, yeah, dude. It was so cute.
And he went to go run over some snowmen, and somebody built one over a fire hydrant.
Hell yeah,
Oh, yes.
Joke's on you. You
Destroyed the entire front end of his car.
Was there water spraying up and everything?
No.
Oh, wow.
I'll be honest, just a regular snowman might wreck a Dodge Neon. I don't think you needed the hydrant. I think just a regular, well-built snowman probably take a Neon
Do you remember
out.
their marketing campaign? It was just the headlights and said, hi. That was it. It was just the cute little headlights.
Oh, I loved my Dodge.
Mike and his Dodge Neon. Yep.
The old,
Destroyed the entire front end of his car.
Go rebuild that
the old
family.
uncle joke was, you know why they call it a Neon? Because you had a neon on one door and a neon on the other. It was a little car, people. It was a little. It was like a cheap ass car, though.
It
Yeah.
was.
Like if you wanted a new car, they used to make those. They stopped making those.
Dodge was trying to undercut the Civic.
They just used to make cars where the price you could you buy in at like $9,000 base model and you're in.
Yeah.
Brand new car.
Teenagers need cars, too.
I got mine used, and it was silver, and it was so cool.
Next.
Well, speaking of cars, dear Riz Show, I have a question about buying a car for your kid. My daughter is getting to the age where my husband and I started to talk about buying her a car. I was wondering if what your all's opinion was about what to do for your kid's first car. My husband wants to buy her a new car, and I want to buy her a safe but used car, make her pay for the car insurance and the gas. I think you buy a kid a car, they end up not appreciating it and are more likely to treat it poorly. What are y'all's opinion on this?
I think they should pay for insurance and gas.
Riz and Moon, your kids are about to start driving. What's the plan for their first car? Kind regards, loyal listener.
I ain't getting you gas. You're on your own there. And you better have a job.
Yeah. My daughter's driving.
Kick in on insurance.
My daughter's driving now. She has since the day she turned 16. Thankfully, I'm in the scenario where her grandma gave her an old, busted car, which is what happened with me too. I got like a hand-me-down from my grandpa that went to my dad that went to me. And they're about in the same shape as my daughter's car is with mine. We're paying for insurance, but again, it's liability only. It's like the basics, or her mom's paying for insurance. And she's paying for the gas. My son, he's only 14 and he's working because he knows he's not getting a hand-me-down. He's going to have to buy something. So he's saving up. We're going to try to help him as much as we can, but
these kids got to have some skin in the game.
Yeah, I'm not one for buying a car for the kids.
I'm with the emailer. Safe and used. Get them a tank because they're an inexperienced driver. Chances are they're going to get into something. Maybe it'll be minor. They're going to probably hit a mailbox or back into a parked car or something silly. And make it a motivational thing. Like, hey, if you don't, I'm going to buy you this tank. 2 years when you're 18, you don't have any accidents, you got a clean record, you've kicked in on the insurance, you've been responsible, we'll trade it in and we'll help you get a newer car.
So hard right now, though, dude, to get something that's a tank. It's at a decent price. Everything is so expensive, used-wise.
Yeah.
There's safety.
Yeah, as I said, they got to have some skin in the game. And I like my son's like, well, I'll get this car, right? I go, you don't get anything.
Yeah, my kids were claiming cars
you're not claiming
years ago.
anything.
I was like, what are you thinking, man?
My dad didn't pay child support for a really long time, and so when I became 16, he just would buy me junkers, but I always got to go to the lot and pick them out. Or like he used to go to auctions with his like car buddies, and I don't know. I thought that was kind of nice. I know that's a little privileged, like got to pick it. They weren't like great cars. They were total beaters, but I wanted it to look a certain way.
Yeah.
Or I wanted to pick the color or something stupid and superficial
Really
like
have
that.
a say in it.
Cool.
And I really appreciated that my dad allowed me to do that.
Right. In lieu of child support.
In lieu of child support.
We've been on Marketplace.
My mother appreciated it.
My son's been shopping on Marketplace. We're looking for the junkers. We're trying to find it. And I'm telling you, it's hard. And the junkers that are out there are things that I'm like, I don't want you driving that.
I say don't plan on anything. Like, you're not planning on getting this car. You get Ugats, which means nothing.
Ugats.
You got to pay the insurance on it too, man. So the newer the car,
Well, that's the
higher
other
the
thing.
bar.
That's the other thing I kept telling my son. I was like, well, if you find something that you want, it's going to be something that you're going to need a loan for. And guess what comes with the loan? Full coverage, my man. Mm-hmm. And that is a drastically different game than
It's a lot of money,
$50
too.
a month for liability
It's a lot
only.
of money too. You gotta get a job. You gotta kick in on the gas.
And that was the other thing.
You got paying for gas.
That was the other thing, too. I got the hand-me-down from Grandpa, and it was liability only. And I had to pay the insurance, but it was $55 a month or whatever the heck it was.
Right.
It
Yeah,
was
I think they paid me for my first car, actually.
Remember, I left mine in the middle of Page Avenue after it broke down for the fourth time. I was like, I'm done with this. I walked away. I called the Kidney Foundation. I said, hey, I'd like to donate a car. And they said, cool, where is it? I said, the turn lane in the middle of Page across from McMurray Music Center.
Yeah. I had to call and ask how much insurance was on a $150 car with 3 wheels I bought at a junkyard. And they were like, we'll just send you like $20 a month. How's that sound? And I'm like,
Wow, you're going to
perfect.
pay us.
Sweet.
You're paying me. Wow, it's a reverse
It's like a solar panel car.
We got to get Chris Kerber on the phone here. There he is. Any questions that Chris could help us with?
Does he have a car that he wants to donate to a family in need?
No. And on the phone from America's Hat, somewhere in Canada, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Kerber.
You know what? It's funny that you said that. Robin Williams had one of the best lines I thought ever had. He goes, "What is Canada? It's like a loft on top of a really good house party."
That's a great way. We always call it America's hat.
Yeah.
Where you calling from, Chris? Calgary?
We are in Calgary now. The road trip started in Winnipeg. I was just telling King Scott, 8 a.m. being a little further north. The sunrise is just happening here in Calgary.
Oh, man, it must be cold out there.
Guys, no, it's not too bad.
Really?
It's probably like in maybe the mid-30s.
Oh, so it's cold here in St. Louis?
Oh, there's people on the street walking around in like bikinis and thongs up here. It's a heat wave for
That's
them.
the way they do it there in Calgary.
I saw a picture of you.
We're just finishing up emails, Chris. Maybe one more, and maybe Chris could help us out with whatever email we got here.
Yeah, the emailer says, "Hey, I recently started a new position with my company after a year plus with a terrible manager. Although I would love to tell my old manager my true feelings about her, there is that saying, never burn a bridge. But that poses a funny question. If you could burn a bridge with somebody, who would that be? You don't have to use a name, but a story would be awesome. P.S. We all know that Moon's going to take this hypothetically and way too serious. And he would say that he would never burn a bridge with anybody. Sincerely, Mike." So he likes me.
I've never burned a bridge at a job. I'm sure you haven't either, Chris. You've maintained great relationships with former employers, right?
Well, okay, but so yes. And in this business, as you know, somebody either below you, above you, working with you, gets fired, whatever. Within a matter of time, they could be the one saying, "Hey, I know somebody to hire." So, like, no, in this business, you don't burn a bridge. Now, that said, the question was, who would you burn a bridge? And there's absolutely somebody I'd be burning a bridge with, but being that they still work kind of in the industry, I got to keep the name out of it. But yeah, there's somebody. Well, listen, there's somebody I'd like to burn that bridge. The guys, because the guy's just an absolute liar. Like, I mean, the reason being is he's got no integrity and is just an absolute liar. And there's two things I can't stand. Well, three. I guess you can lump them all together. A lack of honesty, a lack of integrity, and a lack of being just a good person. And if you got any one of those, like for me, you don't get second chances if any one of those get compromised, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but listen, the smart thing is like even that person doesn't know I'm burning that bridge yet, but it is just one of those things, guys, where and I would tell the person sometimes it's sort of like social media. It's like when you see somebody that puts just the dumbest thing out on social media, somehow it gets forwarded into your feed, and you're looking, they've got like 75 followers, and you're like, what the hell were you thinking? Mm-hmm. Like, there's just no point. You get the experiences that you got from the people you moved, and then you just move on from it.
Yeah, listen.
But there are just every now and then, you're just going to have to say to hell with that, and you let it reply.
And I know this is kind of a wishy-washy answer. I really don't have any bridges I want to burn. I mean, I had some not great bosses before, but I look at those as, I don't know. I look back sometimes like, all right, it was interesting when I worked there. Look at it as a learning experience. And you're right. You never know, Chris, who's going to be your next boss. It could be that old intern.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and the thing of it is and especially in the business that we all are in, it's just a connection that somebody said, hey, go talk to this person. This person's got somebody, and it's just, listen. The other thing is, it just comes down to, in the end, yeah, you work for church, you work for different people at times that may not be great. I haven't had many experiences. Actually, I haven't worked for one person that I truly have disliked. I haven't worked for one person that I've truly disliked. So it's the old, you just got to be. It's the old. Oh yeah, but it's just Dalton from the Double Deuce. Sometimes just be nice.
Yeah.
Nice Roadhouse reference, Kerber. I don't know. That's a high
thank
note.
you.
All right. Well, listen, Chris, you're up in Canada. Blues in Calgary tonight, Saturday in Edmonton, Tuesday in Vancouver. You ain't coming home till next week. So it's a long Canadian trip.
I woke up early this morning, which sucked, and then I'm like, all right, what am I going to do? So I took a selfie of me not looking very good, sent it to my wife, and this is what it looks like when you wake up in day 4 of a road trip, realizing you've got an 18-hour day ahead of you, and you aren't coming home for another 7 days.
Yeah. That's a
listen,
long trip for you.
It's a long text.
Yeah, and you know what? There's a couple of them this year. Like, you don't have many. Like, I'll give you an example. The Winnipeg Jets just returned from a 10-day road trip, but they played, or 11-day road trip. They played 6 games. We're on a 10-day road trip, and we played 4 games. So there's a lot of downtime. Now, listen, I don't want anybody feeling sorry or thinking I'm griping or anything like that. There's just realities. But the good news is they started off with a great win in Winnipeg. They had a great practice yesterday. I think they'll have an optional today, and there's this team's starting to get that belief again. And it's that belief that you were going into games going, man, I don't know if we have much of a chance in this one. And now you're like, you know what? We know we have the goaltending. And this is a road trip where you're playing 4 games against teams directly ahead of you in the standings. These next 2 are wild card teams, stay straight ahead of you. And there's a belief system growing that they can win. And so it's kind of cool to see.
Well, that's good. And I tell you what, the fact that Jordan Bennington last week broke that record, the all-time wins record, for the Blues, and how big of a record is that? Because it stood for almost 40 years, and he's only been the starter for 5 years.
Really kind of interesting. So the record was at 151, and Michael Ute won his last game with the Blues to get win number 151 back in 1985. Now, it was a few years earlier where he broke the record that originally was held by Glenn Hall, which to a lot of people listening are like, what the hell are you even talking about? The reality of it is the only teams in the NHL that had a lower win total for that record are the Vegas Golden Knights, the Seattle Kraken, and the Utah Hockey Club. And what it shows you, and you go back, well, and this is the thing, like even teams like the Columbus Blue Jackets that came in 2000, right? Or other teams like the Nashville Predators. UC Saros was in, or I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the other goalie's name at the moment. He had 300-something wins. It's just that the St. Louis Blues haven't held on to a goaltender consistently long enough. Right. That record for Michael Ute should have been a lot higher, but ownership couldn't afford to keep him at the time, and they traded him to Hartford. Michael Ute actually owns the record for 2 NHL franchises, that one and the Hartford Whalers. So then you look at Curtis Joseph. He probably should have had it, but Mike Keenan traded him. And then you had Grant Fuhr at the end of his career rather than in his prime, and of course it was Glenn Hall and Jacques Plante in the early days, towards the end of their career in those expansion days. And now you got a goaltender in his prime. So is it a big number compared to other teams? No. Consider Martin Brodeur won 688 for the New Jersey Devils, right? Mm-hmm. But it's still a significant number because it shows the impact that he has. And I was talking to John Kelly in our group last night. I said, guys, people keep asking, like, what's the next number potentially retired for the St. Louis Blues? Jordan Bennington plays his contract out. That win total, say, gets up to over 200 or something like that. I think it's going to be a hard time to not say that the next potential retired number for the St. Louis Blues could be number 50.
Well, how old is he? Is he 30, early 30s, right?
He's 30, 31, 32.
Man,
I think he's only got 2 years left on his current contract, but man, the Blues goaltending is in great shape with these 2 guys. I mean, Jim Montgomery was talking to us about it yesterday, just going, man, look, we got 2 goalies that every single night give you a chance to win.
I saw, Joel Hofer started the other day, and you know what that guy looks like? Look up a picture of Joel Hofer. The guy looks like he's 17.
He does, yeah.
He does.
He's got the
Riz, this is when you know you've been around in the business for a while. Your business, the radio business. Yeah. Look, if you go back and look at like pictures of athletes from the 70s, right? Even part of the 80s, like they look like they were playing in their mid 50s. Yeah. They got mustaches that look like it's stored, French onion soup for 7 years, right?
Yeah.
And you're talking that they just, now you look at like even the 15-year veterans in the National Hockey League right now, to me, still look young. Right?
It's crazy. I look at pictures of my parents when I was a baby, and my parents were in their early 30s or late 20s,
mm-hmm.
and everybody looked like they were in their 50s.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And you're like, wait a minute, that's
40.
Yeah,
isn't that crazy?
It's wild.
It's wild. So, Chris, Calgary tonight, Saturday Edmonton, Tuesday in Vancouver. Everything's looking. The Blues are at 500 now. So. Listen, let's turn the season around right here.
This could be, that win in Winnipeg was big. If they can tack on a win here, now Calgary is really good on home ice. I think they've got something like 10 wins on home ice. They've been a good home team in that sense.
Yeah.
checking. Yeah, 10-3-0. So this has been a really good home team. But if Jordan Bennington and the Blues can come up with another big win here, you know, the Blues can find themselves potentially in a wild card spot, tied for one, but getting 2 wins to open up this road trip would be absolutely huge. It could set you up for a great one. And it's the kind of, this was a make or break stretch of hockey in terms of wins and losses. And if they can put together, say, 3 out of 4, or even like 2 wins in an overtime game on this road trip, you're coming home really happy.
Well, of course, you can listen to Chris on our sister station, 101 ESPN, Puck Drop 8 o'clock, and the Curbside podcast after every game.
After every single game, Brian Francis helps us put it together, which is great. So if you miss any part of the game, we got radio highlights, breakdown, and it only runs about 20 minutes. Like, so we keep it so it can be real quick. You can do it while you're doing your treadmill workout. So if you miss any part of the game, we got everybody covered.
Awesome, Chris. Hey, have a great trip, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, y'all. Have an awesome week.
All right, there he is, the great Chris Kerber. All right, we got to do a couple things after the break. Number one, we'll do a couple news stories, and Lauren, we got to shoot you.
I know.
Lauren's got 5 shots coming her way.
Holy smokes, for real?
Goodness, girl.
I don't feel
Yeah.
comfortable with that.
God.
Do you want to do maybe 3 today and then
Yeah,
2
let's
tomorrow?
break it up. Let's break it up.
If the committee allows that.
I do.
Scott?
Yes, of course.
All right. We'll make an exception. Normally, it's the
It hurts,
tis the
man.
season. And people are giving me crap for allowing this, but you know what? It's the season.
It's the season of giving.
It's the season of giving, guys.
Giving-ish.
All right, welcome back to the program. We got the Points annual holiday food drive to benefit Operation Food Search going on. Get your very own 10 years of the Riz Show hat and this year's limited edition holiday-themed weirdo sticker, all while supporting a great cause this month. Donate at least $5 online now through the 31st. We'll mail you that Riz Show sticker pack. That includes this year's holiday-themed weirdo sticker. Donate at least $40. We'll send you the sticker pack and a very snazzy 10 years of the Riz Show hat. Check out the stickers, the hats, find the link to make your donation for this year's Point Holiday Food Drive to benefit Operation Food Search at 1057thepoint.com. All right, let's do the shots first.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Lauren.
I'm sorry, too.
Listen, it sucks. You lost the Pick'em Challenge this week. You were not the dunce of the week.
Right. That was Jamie.
That was Jamie Rivers. In fact, you weren't even the second dunce of the week. That was Carrie Davis.
This is one of my better weeks.
You had a great week with 12 wins.
I know.
You're getting
I know.
That's the worst kind of week to lose, by the way, is when you're like
Double digit?
upward double digits, too. Like, you only missed like 3 games.
Yeah. I think next year, if we get double digits loss, you don't get shot.
All right.
Love it, Scott. Okay.
What are we
And
doing?
I have to lift my stupid duster up like adding insult to injury.
So we'll do 3 shots today, unless you want to take all 5 shots now.
Just,
Is the gun warmed up?
Let's see how many you can take.
okay.
Dude, the look on her face just now.
I'm so mad.
Lift up that duster.
Well, as you're being shot, let's talk about tonight's Thursday night game, Rafe.
Yeah.
We have the Lions and we have the Packers.
Yes. Oh, got her on that one.
So I think I'm going to take the Lions. The Lions are
Those 2.
it's the Lions at home, right?
Lions are at home. You told me. Oh, man, that one was right on the Levi's tag.
2, 1.
You're
good.
You told me
You're good.
that.
Like a
hold
champ.
on to your duster, Barbara.
We're doing all 5?
Might as well
Might as
now.
well just do 2 more.
Okay.
My heart rate is so high.
You.
3, 2, 1.
She didn't turn around, so
3, 2, 1.
last one.
Oh, my God. That one.
Lauren, you're incredible.
Oh, my
that
God.
one bounced off
How do
and
you
hit
feel?
me. How do you feel, bud?
Not good.
Well, after a while, you kind of go numb.
Yeah, that's my right cheek is
Look,
numb.
we got
it's
it all-
completely
we
freaking
got it-
numb.
we got them all out of the way.
You only got 2 cheeks.
You got nothing to dread tomorrow.
That's true.
That's true.
Just put
My
tears
heart
rolling
rate.
down
I know.
her
Just
cheek.
sit on my heating pad.
sit on your
why don't
heating
you
pad.
Sit on your heating pad.
Sit on your heater.
136. Cool.
Pick better.
I'm trying. Okay. I can't tell you how many people have been like, you should pick this game.
Nobody knows.
Don't listen to anybody.
No.
Listen to your heart.
No, that
The
doesn't
pro
work either.
gamblers down the road don't know.
Your heart's connected to your butt.
Detroit tonight, everybody?
Yeah.
Yes, because you did tell me. Sorry, we got sidetracked with her booty getting lit up. That they were at Green Bay.
Well,
So I was like, maybe we go full in Thursday night Cheddar Boy gambling on Green Bay at home in the cold, but it's not. It's in the dome.
It's at the
It's
dome.
in Detroit. But we did talk about this. You guys didn't see the press conference where one of the Detroit players accidentally took a TikTok of him dancing in front of a whiteboard full of Detroit Lions play calls. And
wild.
They asked Dan Campbell about it at the press conference, and he was visibly pissed and walked. And that was his final question, and he walked away from the podium early.
I mean, I know there's not a lot of Mensa members that are coming out of the league or anything, but like, come on, how dumb?
Do they still have to do those Wonderlic tests?
Wow. Or was that a fake?
I mean, on the whiteboard, it could be like fake plays.
I mean, that's
Someone said that.
But that's an elaborate thing to do. I don't know. When you're having this kind of season and you want even more of the edge, I guess maybe.
And Detroit's doing great.
That's what I'm saying. But like, that's a lot of trouble to go through to make an entire giant whiteboard filled with 50 fake plays.
Dang. Somebody's got to send an intern to just drop some fake plays.
I'm telling you, man, that the Sign Stealer documentary about that Roman Stallion guy.
Connor Stallions.
Connor Stallions.
Roman Stallions.
Well, I knew it was some badass name. I don't remember. That was one of the
It's
most.
good.
It's got a terrible ending because there's not really an ending. But if you don't know about that scandal, that's a great scandal doc to watch. Sign Stealer.
Let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news being sponsored by
Energy Stars Heating and Cooling. Look to the stars and schedule your fall maintenance today.
Well, guys, it's official. Americans bought a whole lot of crap this week. Adobe Analytics tracks holiday spending each year, and Cyber Monday set a new record for biggest online shopping day ever in the U.S. We collectively spent $13.3 billion, up 7% from last year.
Not bad.
For one 2-hour stretch Monday night, we were spending more than $15 million every minute.
I don't understand how that tracks with the inflation talk. I'm genuinely asking. Like, everybody was like complaining deeply about inflation, about not having any money for eggs. And yet we are is this all on credit? We're all just.
Well, yes, people are. There's another stat that says people are putting themselves way into debt this year.
Great.
Secondly, it could be the top percentage buying a lot of this stuff.
Sure.
So I don't know.
It's just an interesting
I don't know what the
correlation.
breakdown is, but the hot products this year included TVs and wireless headphones, computers, stuffed animals, the Nintendo Switch game, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We also set new records for total online spending between Thanksgiving Day and Cyber Monday, just over $41 billion. So those are the numbers.
Those are the numbers.
2 Delta Airlines flight attendants failed a breathalyzer test in Amsterdam last Friday.
Whoa.
Flight attendants, not pilots.
By the way,
I'm glad they don't do that for the pilots.
they're not just walking around saying, "Here, we breathe into this." Like, what happened where they were asked to do a breathalyzer test?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Unless that's a thing, right? Like when they show
how
up
sloppy,
and they
how
randomly
sloppy are you that we got to test?
That you
Was
gotta-
the drink
There's
card
even
involved?
a question.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the workers were pulled from international flights to New York's JFK airport. The female flight attendant blew over 7 times the legal blood alcohol limit for crew members. She was fined around $2,000.
Oof.
Wait, what is that? What is the 7 times?
7 times.
7 times the driving limit, you're dead, aren't you? It's got to be like a really.
It's got to be a
small thing.
lower threshold, obviously.
Must be.
She was fined $2,000. The male flight attendant barely failed the test by .02. He was fined only about $300. I said let him drink.
Yeah, I like my flight attendant with a little, had a little Jack Daniels.
Yeah, a little
before the
buzz
flight.
going.
Yeah.
They're friendlier. Nobody's on edge.
They just cut up the drink tickets that you hand them. Like, oh, your money's no good here.
What they deal with, the nightmares they have to deal with,
Right.
let
Yeah.
them drink.
Including the pilots. I sent you, I don't know if you watched it, but I sent you a thing yesterday
Oh,
late
yes.
at night. And dude, the Southwest pilot didn't know his mic was on, and just talking about all the flight attendants he wants to bang and how he's mad that they're putting all these old ugly broads on his flight.
I think I could play this because I think it was edited.
Yeah, I have it, by the way.
I don't think it was.
The FAA mandated blood alcohol level for anybody that's an employee while in the air is 0.04. Anything above a 0.04, or I guess 0.04 and over, is considered alcohol misuse. Performing flight crew member duties.
So they can have one. It's Chili's.
One,
One.
if you're a big boy.
All right,
I mean, 0.04, that's...
I'm going to roll the dice here.
Dude, there's a lot. Okay, put finger on the dump because I don't remember if it's clean
I
or
thought it was
not.
edited.
I can't remember. I know.
Ride the lightning.
I think the subtitles were edited, but I'm not sure he was edited.
Okay.
Here we go.
This is a Southwest Airlines pilot not realizing his mic is on.
21.3 is ready to go. Yeah, fuck the spice. Goddamn liberal fucks.
Oh, no, definitely not edited. Okay.
There you go.
GD liberal. Wow.
All right.
Well, he talks about St. Louis.
Yeah, he talked
In
about
the
St.
thing,
Louis.
he says he's like, last time I got any good, went to some bar in St. Louis, bunch of old haggard grannies, and he was just like, this guy was just losing his job.
My apologies to the dump out there, but
yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's
if
my
we can
fault.
find an edited version,
I may have to edit it myself.
It will sound like this. St. Louis, beep. St. Louis place,
dude,
beep.
this guy, they kept, that tower kept radioing in. I mean, like, Flight 670, your mic is hot. We don't need to hear all this. Please advise. And he must not have had his earpiece in. And then at the end, he says all this horrid stuff. And then the guy gets on and he goes, your mic's been on the whole time. And he goes, air traffic control, just want to let you know that wasn't us. And I'm like, yeah, it was definitely you, dude. Like, he didn't even change his voice. I
That
go,
wasn't us.
That sure
that
wasn't
wasn't
me.
us. And I'm
Yes,
like,
it
yeah.
was.
That weren't me. That was that other feller.
Listen, here's my proposal. Okay, if the flight attendants want to drink, at least have one sober person on board. Okay, just in case something happens. But let the other flight attendants drink. I get for safety issues, the flight attendant's got to tell everybody where to go, how to open up the door with the slide and come out. Just as long as you have one sober flight attendant, we're good.
Yeah.
Make it so. Now, if you ask people if they've ever shoplifted, some might say, they stole candy when they were young, but you might have done it more recently. If you've ever stretched the carry-on rules on a flight. So Frontier Airlines CEO, Barry Biffle.
What's up, Barry Biffle?
Out of Biff.
Dude, I hope he's a ball player.
Barry
Biffle ball.
He was recently asked about the company's controversial practice of paying agents as much as $10 every time they catch travelers trying to slip by without paying the appropriate baggage fees. I had no idea they were doing this.
It's hilarious.
So they're paying agents to catch people trying to slip by without paying baggage fees.
You have to pay for everything on them, right?
What airline is this?
This is Frontier.
Mm-hmm.
Now, travelers trying to carry too much onto the plane avoid paying for checked bags. People have oversized carry-ons and travelers who pay for basic tickets that don't include carry-ons but still try to walk on with them. Because remember, Frontier, you got to pay for everything.
Mm-hmm. And they're one of the, also in that argument, they were presented, I guess, as one of the only airlines that also, before you buy your ticket, they ask for your age, your race, like where you live at and all this stuff. And then your ticket prices may be different according to what you select.
Well, listen, Mr. Barry Biffle says, these are shoplifters. These are people that are stealing. It's not fair for everyone who follows the rules. Now, for what it's worth, a recent U.S. Senate investigation objected to practices like this and criticized airlines using algorithms to charge rising seat fees to travelers.
Yeah, you're stealing, dude.
I was on United over the weekend, and I don't know if I never noticed this or if this is a new thing, but past Group 3, boarding groups, boarding 1, you get the carry-on luggage and one personal item. Mm-hmm. Past Group 3, you only get carry-on. You don't get personal item.
Well,
or you only get a personal item.
Because all the overhead's taken up already.
Right, but has that always been like that?
No.
I don't ever
think
remember.
It's a room issue.
Sometimes when you're out of room, they'll do it on Southwest too.
Okay,
it's still free.
I guess I never heard that.
Okay.
They stow it under.
They'll make you gate check it.
They force you to gate
Yeah,
check
but they
past a
usually
certain
you don't
point.
have to go to the carousel to get your carry.
No, it'll be
They'll
there.
Throw it.
It'll be outside.
Right,
Be
yeah,
waiting outside the
I
plane.
guess I just never heard that before. Oh, they were doing the voucher thing, by the way, in New York, and I was like, nuh-uh. because they said we'll give you $600 in credit. Remember with the story, you're supposed to like ask for the max, which is whatever it was, $1,200 or something. I was like, no, don't anybody do it.
Don't take the deal.
Push them up.
Now I just want to say to Mr. Biffle,
they pushed it to $800, and then somebody must have taken it because I was waiting for the $1,000. I was like, come on, man, don't do it.
Here's the deal, Mr. Biffle. What you guys are doing to us when we go to buy a Frontier Airlines ticket, you're like, oh, cool, St. Louis to Las Vegas, $100 round trip, awesome. By the time they hit you with the fee after fee after fee after fee, you end up paying twice the amount you originally quoted. Twice. That's generous. 3 times, 4 times.
Like, who's taking a flight anywhere without needing to take anything with them? Like, just put it in your ticket price.
Terrorists.
Yeah, I've done that once.
Unless you're going to get on the plane with like 8 layers of clothing on.
Well, that's what they're trying to crack down on. That's what they're paying these flight attendants, these agents, to crack down on.
Hey, I got the BAC, or the blood alcohol percentage per drink for your weight. 0.04, by the way, first clocks in at 2 drinks if you're 220 pounds. If you're 120 pounds, 1 drink will pop you at 0.04.
Yeah, so you're not supposed to be drinking if you're a flight attendant.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on a smaller side, 1 is going to put you over that.
All right, listen, that's your news. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap her up. All right, that is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. Make sure you check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Don't forget to vote for your favorite freak of the week, semifinals. We'll send one ad to the finals, which will be 1 week from today. Tomorrow, Friday Fail Stories, Rafe's E-Memoriam. We'll try out a new game. No guest tomorrow, huh?
You want my mom to stop by or something?
I mean, she's always welcome here.
Okay.
I don't think there's a guest tomorrow.
I think no guest tomorrow. Second to last Friday of the year.
Unless she's coming.
All right, Moon, what is today's podcast title?
Oh, man, it has to be To Lick a Frog's Beehole.
Okay. All right.
That might be our best title of all time.
All right.
If that's not downloaded more than any podcast this year, I don't know what we're doing wrong.
All right, Moon, what else you got?
Man, Saturday is quickly approaching. Come to this show, man. 3 p.m. and an 8 p.m. We made it easy for you. There's no excuses like, it's going to be too late. It's a tight 2 hours or less, and it's going to be just so much freaking fun. Yeah, we talk about how it's family friendly, but this is a grown-up party. It is a Christmas party where you just get to rock and watch some badass musicians, a super group of St. Louis musicians, play all the Christmas classics and hymns and all that kind of stuff in punk and metal and rock and roll sort of nature. So we're going to have some special guests as well at each show, 3 p.m. and 8 p.m., hosted by Clownvis, emceeing, extraordinaire.
All right, that's Punk Rock Christmas this weekend at the pageant. Or Saturday at the pageant. Learn.
Yeah, I'll just second that. Go to Punk Rock Christmas. Go see King Scott at the Family Church in Chesterfield with his performance. Support our friends on the show. Thanks.
Rafe.
Yeah, follow me on the socials at I am Rafe Williams, and keep going. If you haven't watched the Don't Tell Comedy YouTube set yet, I got a 17-minute set. It's easy to watch on the Crapper. Go over there and watch it today.
All right, King Scott.
Yeah, and thank you, Learn. You can follow me at King Scott Rules, and if you want more information about the Christmas production over at St. Louis Family Church, go to slfc.org, and don't forget to go to barnesandnoble.com, and you can buy my book, The King Scott and the Perfect Christmas Book. It's a hit.
Okay. All right, thank you all. Have a great rest of your day. We leave you with a selection from our Teamers Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, new location, Hot Shots Lindbergh, 7575 Lindbergh Boulevard. From Belleville, Philip Patterson is our Teamers Member of the Day. And Philip wants to hear this song. Here it is. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Energy up.